What up, people? This Ram Anime with some of the folks bringing out his Blackbeard theory. Well, it's quite a few things I want to talk about with Blackbeard because I see his like the theories that I have. Like I have like different scenarios depending on how Oda writes the story. Is my voice good, everybody?
Yeah, you good, man.
Yeah, it's good.
All right, yeah, because I'll be trying to be close enough to the mic because these just the headphones I use for my monitor because I thought the monitor had speakers, and then when I bought it, I'm like, fuck, man, why I can't hear nothing? So, like I was like, because I ain't used to all this computer stuff, man. I'm a gamer though. I'm just trying to, get into my computer thing. But back to the Blackbeard topic though. So I'm gonna just start off with I had made a few notes because I haven't never heard nobody say this before, but maybe people have, and it's just not like very popular thought. But I never thought that it was his stomach that made it to where he able to eat more than one devil fruit, even though they brung that up. I think it's actually that he nullifies the devil fruits as he eating them. So I think it's actually a strong possibility that he might eat more than three. I know some people think, he gonna have a Zoan, a Paramecia, and a Logia, which I still think is possible, but I think it's still possible that he might eat more than that. And I was thinking about that because ever since like Blackbeard had that dark fruit, like he just been hunting devil fruits down, and it hasn't been shown in any type of way of like what type of like knowledge he have on devil fruits. Like, I mean, he could be a scientist for all we know. Like, I mean, we don't even really know nothing about the dude. And I think Oda did a good job of kind of leaving Blackbeard as a mystery because it's like, even though he kind of like the main villain, like he kind of not the main villain. Because I don't think Blackbeard is going to be the last person Luffy fights. It might be the last pirate, but I don't think that's going to be the last person Luffy fights. I actually think he going to fight Kobe, but that's another story. But yeah. But anyways, yeah, so I feel like I don't think that Blackbeard could have did what he's doing as far as eating more than one devil fruit without the darkness fruit. Like, I don't think it have nothing to do with him having like a different stomach. And maybe he was like, maybe he was like, what I'm trying to say, like experimenting on himself, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe that's probably why like his stomach all weird and shit. And
so you think it's with his anatomy itself, almost?
Yeah. Like, cause I was thinking like, cause they say people can't eat more than one devil fruit, but then his devil fruit also has the ability to nullify devil fruit. So I was thinking like, if he can nullify them as he eating them, is it a way that he can, kind of bypass that drawback? Because they haven't shown anybody in One Piece yet that tried to eat more than one devil fruit and died or nothing like that, have they? Not that I remember.
No.
Yeah, I think what you're saying is pretty. I mean, it's pretty interesting because, I mean, we've seen Marco comment on his body, saying that specific on his body, he didn't mention anything about. He just said that guy's body's weird, bro.
Yeah, exactly, bro. And I'm glad you said that because I was thinking about that, and I think that was kind of a way to kind of redirect our attention off the fact that he can nullify devil fruits. And it seems so basic to think of, like, oh, maybe he's just nullifying them while he's eating them, but it's like when they mention his body, it's just like, oh, he just has a weird body. So there's no telling what the hell Blackbeard been doing to himself, like just experimenting on his stomach or maybe, wait, what was I finna say? Maybe his body is weird because he can actually hold the devil fruits, but I think the nullification is what's keeping him in a way from not dying. So it's like almost like he not eating the devil fruit, but he really is. And something else was interesting too. Tom, you can jump in anytime you feel like if you got something to say. I would just want to say real quick. I just want to say real quick. You remember when Burgess was trying to kill Luffy? And he had like a bag and he had like a knife. I was thinking like, so basically it's not just a Blackbeard thing. Like it seemed like anybody can do it if they know how, like maybe it's just some technique, like you got to cut out their heart or something. Like I had this little weird theory of like, what if they heart become their devil fruit in a way? Like soon as you eat the devil fruit, like it reforms itself as your heart and it's like your lifeline in a way. And And yeah, it was kind of interesting because Burgess was trying to take Luffy fruit, and I'm like, okay, so I guess anybody can do it if they know what they're doing. And but yeah, bro, did you have anything you want to say, bro? Tom?
I think it's interesting, but what about
Wait, hold on, I can't hear you. It sounded like you had a cut out.
yeah, I'm thinking.
Oh, okay, okay.
What about Ace Fruit? You know, the whole he wanted him to join, but like, did he really want to kill him in the end?
Yeah, and see, that's what's interesting because I was thinking about that too. It kind of seemed like he low key wanted him to join because I kind of had a theory on why he wanted Ace to join. Like, I feel like, what if Blackbeard trying to get like revenge for what happened to the D family, and he just going about it in a badass way? So it might be one of them things to where it's like it kind of redeems him in a way to where it's like, oh, okay, that's why he doing all this shit. And he like, Luffy, come on, man, we both D's, like, let's fuck them up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it'd be interesting, like, because I'm still interested how things gonna be between Luffy and Blackbeard, because Luffy is not like the standard anime character that seem like he holds grudges. Like, it's not like, oh, I'm doing all of this to get strong enough to defeat Blackbeard. It's like Luffy seems to have a mindset like, we pirates, whatever happens, happens. Because I heard in the community a lot of people blaming Ace dying, kind of like on Blackbeard and stuff like that. But if you look at it, they was free, so you can't really say like, now if he would have just been captured and he just would have flat out died, you could say, damn, if Blackbeard wouldn't have never sent him that. But even though you still kind of can have the argument he wouldn't have been at Marineford anyway to even fight a Kainu, you could still kind of use that argument. But
Yeah,
I feel like Luffy kind of looks at things as like, hey, we pirates. Like, even with the Katakuri thing, he was like, hey, it ain't your fault. I should have dodged. Like, you know, like, he don't really look at nothing as like foul play. Like,
Right. Yeah, it's all fair play in the pirate world, bro.
mm-hmm. And about that
It was
Ace thing, oh, go ahead.
On because I say you said that maybe the fruit, like something about that the heart maybe changes, right? So like when you eat it, it takes some kind of like it transforms, right?
Yeah, I was saying that, yeah.
Well, I thought something in the same vein, but it's a little different. It's like what I'm thinking is maybe once you eat the fruit, something happens to your soul specifically. I mean, the word devil inside of the name, I think, is not used lightly. I think it's definitely hinting at maybe not a mythology, maybe some kind of spirit, some kind of voodoo, some kind of weirdness is going on.
Yeah, it definitely true. Go ahead and finish, bro, because you made me think about something I was thinking about. But yeah, I definitely can agree with that.
Right. I mean, because it's Oda hints at it all the time. I mean, I think he's talked about Sanji. He says they asked him why does his leg get on fire and stuff. Why is he able to use these Diablo techniques? He said it's because his soul burns as hot as that. When your soul burns, it comes out like, you know what I mean. So what I'm thinking with Blackbeard is maybe his soul was already so dark or some shit that when the fruit was put on top of it, it just made his soul just it amplified the black hole within him, and so because of that, he has a void within him that it allows him to just put other souls within him because his soul is pretty much gone somehow.
Yeah, hey, that's really interesting, bro. I like that a lot. And and what can actually support that is the fact that the devil fruits gotta have some type of spirit or energy or something, because there's no way that every time somebody died, the devil fruits keep coming back. Like, it seemed like no matter, like, you can die in any kind of way and the devil fruits just keep coming back. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. Like, it's like the soul just constantly, it's like it's like a host for it in a way. Like, it's just always constantly traveling. Every time a host died, just gotta find somewhere else to be.
Yeah.
And a while back, I was thinking some crazy stuff about like, what if it was like an angel fruit that was like the first fruit, and then somehow it got spreaded apart and tainted and shit, and then like that's how devil fruits was created or something. But it was just a whole lot of thoughts going through my mind. I was like, man, they gotta have an angel fruit, man. But yeah,
No, I think that's a good point because it's why would he say devil if there's not maybe some kind of other side to it or something? You know, that's a possibility.
yeah. And I had another theory about the devil fruits too. I actually mentioned it. I was talking to Brago and a few other people in Discord one night. It was after somebody's stream, and I had brung up about what if like the Shanks, like his crew wasn't eating devil fruits because like he knows something about them, and maybe that may be the thing that bites Blackbeard in the ass. Because it seems like Shanks and it was like, yeah, we good on these things. Because I don't even think Gold Roger had one. I think even he knew about it. Like, and it was just like kind of like a little weird, little quick theory. I was thinking about like, what if he was like trying to find a way to destroy devil fruits in a way, and
Oh yeah,
and they just constantly keep coming back because it's like because it seemed like Shanks was kind of collecting them. Because why did Shanks had a gum fruit? He wasn't finna eat it, from what we know, you know.
right.
And I feel like if he was gonna eat a devil fruit, I feel like he's old enough to have decided if he wanted to eat one or not, you know. And I also believe in the parallels and stuff. So if Gold Roger didn't have one, I don't think Shanks did, because he kind of seemed like a Gold Roger to me in a way. Because I think Shanks the strongest person in the verse. I know a lot of people argue against that, but it's no way a one-armed dude is on the level of Kaido and people like Big Mom. I mean, it's just no way, man. Like, it's just no way. Like, that mean that dude got to be straight, man.
Wait, so but you're saying you think that Gold Roger didn't have a fruit, but do you think that sickness at the end of his life that had anything to do with the fruit, or just was that just random?
One Piece got like a lot of like weird sicknesses and stuff in the story, like, you know, with the law stuff. And so I was thinking that maybe Luffy might catch that same sickness and Chopper find a way to cure it, and he might be the first one to ever cure that sickness. So because I think Luffy might get sick. And because Chopper, you know, his whole doctor thing, like I think he want to do something like have like a cure for like everything or something like that.
Yeah,
Yeah, so go ahead, bro.
I'm just saying. I think what's going on is that this sickness is on some paranormal stuff. I mean, I keep bringing this up, but it's like doctors couldn't fix him. I mean, he's the king of the pirates. You know, he had some hookups.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I think these are some things where he go to doctors and he's like, dude, that's you're
Not normal.
just man.
Yeah.
Like maybe his soul was maybe it fights for your soul almost. Like it kind oh, you know what? I just thought of a cool decent you guys know like Spider-Man, how there's like symbiotes?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So I'm thinking is like maybe these devil fruits are almost like symbiotes. Like if you know anything about the symbiotes, they'll grant you these powers, but really what they want is they want to get on their own agenda and they end up like killing you over time. Really, it's their own entity. You know, they have their own plans. They're like, you know, I know you want to be king of pirates. We'll help you with that, bro. But we're gonna take your soul at the end of this.
Sort of like a time limit.
Right.
And that brings me back, like speaking of souls and time limit, like Luffy been losing a lot of lifespan, and like I don't think Luffy gonna die at the end of the series. I know some people think he will, but and I know a lot of people against like Big Mom helping Luffy and them, but like Whole Cake Island, like it's one of those arcs where it'll be like if Luffy and them don't like help the people, because you see how all of a sudden the citizens ready to leave and stuff, and Luffy and them have a thing for always saving people and gaining allies in like every freaking arc, you know, and
yeah,
like because even back when Joy Boy had the theory of them like becoming allies, like I kind of feel like it's gonna happen just on the simple fact that that they had no indications whatsoever of them, like, because you know it never was like, oh, like let's be allies or we can be allies, or Big Mom saying something like, oh, Luffy, we could have been allies but you screwed it up, like, you know. And truth be told, like Big Mom needs to be saved from herself, because right now I feel like she eating her kids. Like I feel like she reliving her past, And I actually had a videos like what if Katakuri's the last Big Mom pirate, and
Yeah.
and I was thinking like Big Mom, her whole arc has been set up on like being a dysfunctional family. Like even with the stuff that was happening with Sanji, like it's like so many emotions and stuff like poured into this arc, like all these sad backstories. Like I don't even think it's been as many backstories in like one arc, you know? And this is like a really emotional arc for Sanji. You know, I know a lot of people want him to get a fight. I do too, because he one of my favorite characters. Like I like Sanji a lot. And but I think Driss was saying that because I was thinking the same thing. Like, you know, like Sanji, he been doing stuff, but Judge still not acknowledging him because it's almost like he just stuck feeling like Sanji's going to be a failure, you know. And even when he was talking that stuff to Luffy, why are you even like, why would you risk your life for somebody like him, you know? And it's just been kind of weird just with the whole Vinsmoke thing, like, because like Judge, he's not emotionalist like his son's supposed to be, so I would have thought that he would have seen like, oh, Sanji saved me, like, you know. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. And I wasn't trying to get too derailed from the Blackbeard thing, but I knew it was gonna happen because it just always make me think about other stuff because we started talking about souls and stuff. And and I think you do make a good point with the whole souls thing because like the way like Brook can manipulate his soul, and then Big Mom got the soul devil fruit, and like just like I said, like just like the way devil fruits can just travel from one object to another, like it's just like you can embed it in anything. Like it's crazy. Like that's why I'm interested in Vegapunk. It'd be crazy if Blackbeard got his hands on like some Vegapunk notes or something about devil fruits, because that dude, he be getting his hands on all type of stuff. And you know he got the Will of D too, so the series shown that they some lucky bastards. So like they just make it happen.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of people say
Vegapunk is a mystery.
He's up in the mix with Vegapunk.
Yeah, that'd be crazy if like Vegapunk like evil or something. But then like it always questioned when he like installed like to protect the Straw Hat ship for him, like it seemed kind of weird helping some people that you against, like, you know, like
right.
And I was thinking like I know a lot of people was thinking that he might be a revolutionary, but he could just be just like a regular ally, like kind of like how Luffy's Grand Fleet, like they not a part of his crew, but you know they a part of his fleet. So maybe he was just like a person that just chose to help the revolutionaries because you know he liked what they chose to do. Yeah. And I still believe in that theory of the pacifistas getting turned on him, because I was thinking about that. Like once like Kuma had like, you know, been shown to do what he had did, I was thinking like, dang, what if the other pacifists can be, you know, programmed or altered in some type of way?
Yeah.
I think what's going on with Blackbeard too is I mean, just to go back what you said, not to change stuff, but just talking about Vegapunk, I thought about something because he does have a lot of knowledge about devil fruits in general. Like he knew about the devil fruit he was looking for before.
Exactly.
So you know, it's like, where does that come from? Does, you know?
Yeah, exactly, man. And that's why I always been thinking like it's definitely a lot more to Blackbeard. Like it's no telling what that dude know. Like I know some people got theories of him trying to capture Robin and stuff like that, but the way things lining up, it don't seem like he need Luffy for anything. Like dude, like he got so much stuff going on. Like he attacking Dragon. We still don't know why he did that. Like, because you would think like, why are you making more enemies for yourself? You know, like you already doing all this stuff. And it's pretty interesting too that he like against the Marines. Like he don't care for them. Like he don't care about nothing really. But it do seem like he care about his crew, because I actually meant to talk about that. Like, but what made me think of that was when he was fighting Ace and he was like telling them to stand back. Like he don't seem like the type of guy that just like, oh, if they get, you know, messed up by Ace, that's just on them for being weak. You know, he was telling them like, hey, I'll kick back. Like I ain't ready yet, you know.
Yeah.
And also I was thinking about this too. This would actually be crazy and like it'll really get you in the feels low key too. Because what if towards the end of the series, like they having this big war with Blackbeard, and they've been taking a lot of devil fruits lately. So what if they done took devil fruits of people that Luffy knew that he haven't seen in a while? So as they fighting these people, they like, wait, this was so and so's devil fruit, and they mess around and see somebody with Mr. One's devil fruit or something, and it's just like, wait, he done killed all these people and took their devil fruits. Like that'd be pretty crazy.
Oh yeah,
it would be.
That's a good point.
Like, because the whole taking devil fruits thing is like he gonna have to take some devil fruits from some prominent characters in the story, like something that's gonna have people like, oh crap, like Burgess show up with like let's just say for instance Burgess show up with like Moria's fruit or something. It'd be like, what the, like it'd be crazy, like just saying all these people that Luffy knew, like, and that'd kind of enrage Luffy more. He like, dang, he really went this far, killing all these people to take their devil fruits. Like, like, especially if he's saying people like somebody, like, I'm just making examples, like somebody got a nail fruit, somebody might have Bonnie fruit, somebody have Law fruit, you know what I'm saying? Just crazy stuff. Like, but I do think Law died in Wano, but yeah, that's another story too.
And
what about Capone?
Capone?
Are you talking about like the future of Capone?
No, I mean like what if he dies? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Before he gets to the war.
Yeah, because it's pretty interesting that you said that too, because he kind of like a mafia dude, and his whole thing been trying to take out people. So I feel like that's a clear indication eventually he gonna bite off more than what he can chew, and maybe that may be with Big Mom, because it was somebody that did some research on Capone, and he had something to do with liquor, and they was going to Liquor Island, and they were saying, what if he died in Whole Cake Island? Because Capone, he died somewhere to have something to do with one of the places, like Chocolate Town or something. I don't know, I can't remember, but you probably know what I'm talking about. But but I still kind of low-key believe in all the supernovas being in Wano. Like, I feel like that'd be like the dopest panel ever, like see all of them standing in front of Kaido, like. Because if it don't be that, then I think it's gonna be a panel of Luffy, Kid, and Law again, and that'd be hype, man. Like that'd be crazy. Oh yeah. So it sounds like somebody's gonna say something. Go ahead.
I mean, just to call back what we're talking about, I think you're saying that Blackbeard, he's right there, seemed completely heartless, or he's not dumb. He knows he needs his crew.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, stuff with Whitebeard towards the end when he went into like when Whitebeard he was in that Gear Second mode. He would look like he was like Gate, like Lee, like Narcos.
Yeah.
I feel like he would have put in some work if his crew wasn't there to put some holes in them. But
yeah, definitely.
So I think he's calculated. I think, I think he could be kind of, because he gets brash and kind of stupid. But I think everything he's done, he has some kind of knowledge about devil fruits. He knows exactly which ones he wants to get. He's probably like, you know what, Shiryu. He's like, we're gonna get this one for you, bro. Yo, for you, this one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly, bro. That's what I've been talking about, and I'm glad you said that, bro. Because I was thinking too, like, what if he trying to gather? What if he needs specific devil fruits to like unlock something or something, like some type of, I don't know, ancient devil fruit monster or something, like he need these certain like all of these devil fruits are like a key, and he needs all of them. And once he get it, then it's like he gonna do like some crazy stuff. Because I don't feel like the biggest mystery about him is, oh, he wants to get all these devil fruits just to be Pirate King. Like, I don't know. Like, it seemed like he got some other stuff up his sleeve, because he mentioned stuff like, my plans, or he tells Shank stuff like, oh yeah, I ain't ready for you yet. Like, so it's like you said, like he seems to be very calculated. Like he know how to say, nah, bro, I'm good, bro. I'll let you later,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's there's a lot more than just the surface. I think exactly what's going on. I mean, the person he's based off, I actually did a little research on him. He was a real pirate that was based him off his name was Edward Teach or Edward Thatch, and he was a privateer at first, which is pretty much just like a legal pirate. And he was doing all this stuff, bro. Like just and he at some point he defected into a full-on pirate, but he knew going in he was gonna. This kind of what I think Oda took note on this, that this kind of guy is someone who had all of his pieces together at a young age. Like he was just sitting around, like just scheming and plotting, bro.
Yeah, I mean, and that like that's really interesting that you said that, because it made me think about like everything Blackbeard done. Like, you know, he was trying to become a warlord, and he basically did all of this stuff like basically just to get to Impel Down. Like, and I was thinking, like, what if somebody got out of Impel Down that like they haven't shown in a series or something, and then you just see like a panel of like a silhouette of somebody, and he like, thanks to Straw Hat Luffy, I was able to escape from level 5 or whatever, you know, like that'd be crazy. But because I don't think we done seeing powerful people, because I think a lot of people like, you know, like how in the community, like how like the Yonkos are just like supposed to be the strongest, like nobody can be on a level, nobody can do nothing to them. If anybody do any little thing to them, it's like, oh, it's only because they nerf. Like, I feel like they have their title and they may be the 4 strongest pirates, but I heard somebody make some type of analogy where they were saying, man, I can't remember the guy's name. He was in Dustin Stream before. They was going back and forth about a nail. He was making something like basically like if everybody is on this level, but it's weaker people than them that's still on that level, if you know what I mean. Because I feel like the only people in a verse right now, from what we know, that's like Yonko level or close to me and Yonko level, I feel like the only people that's gonna be, I feel like the 2 prime candidates is Mihawk and what's his name? Dragon. And I say that because Mihawk is the world's greatest swordsman. So no matter what type of argument, you know, people try to use for it, you know, saying stuff like, oh, it could still be strong people out there. But the story is setting him up as being the strongest swordsman. So, like, that has to be at a very high, like, you know, that's a bold statement to say, like, oh, yeah, I'm the strongest swordsman, you know. So that means, like, he have to be on the level that's just like, because I think people also read into Marineford too much, like, because people wasn't even really doing anything. Like, I mean, like people were like, oh, Mihawk couldn't even touch Whitebeard, and it's just like he threw a casual slash, bro. Like he literally just facial expression never changed like one time in the story yet. Like, you know, like. True. And I was also thinking too, what if he like a secret ally to Shanks or something like that? Because when he showed up on Shanks's island, like I was thinking, like, how did Mihawk even know where to find Shanks when he was talking to him about Luffy? Like I don't know, like did they ever explain like how he just knew where Shanks was?
He probably got a Vivi card.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was thinking like I don't know, like it seemed like they was kind of like cool at one point. I don't know. But I was also thinking
yeah.
Oh, what was you saying? Yeah, you know, and I was thinking too, bro, because it's just a whole lot of stuff I want to talk about, so I'm gonna be kind of bouncing all around. So my bad about that, y'all. But
that's all good.
Yeah, you know, like I really like Buggy, and I was always thinking like, was it gonna be any other clowns in One Piece? And then all of a sudden Caesar Clown came out of nowhere. And I don't know, like I was just thinking like, was Oda gonna make that a thing, like showing more clowns? And even for like development with Buggy, I think what's gonna happen is like Shanks gonna die, and then like I think that's when like Oda's gonna take like all the troll out of Buggy for a while, like, you know, just like the little comical stuff, like, and he actually gonna be like serious and like, you know, end up working with Luffy. Like I think it's gonna take Shanks to die for Buggy to step his game up. Because he act like he hates
That's a good
Shanks,
point.
but you people got to remember that they both was on Gold Roger crew for a reason. Like, I don't think Gold Roger just gonna pick no scrubs, just like, oh, y'all scrubs, but y'all can still come on the crew, like, you know.
I agree.
And I think that's when Buggy gonna get like a lot of development. And yeah, that'd be crazy, like seeing him like crying over Shanks, like even though he always act like he hated Shanks. Like, yeah, that'd be
Yeah,
pretty crazy.
I think they definitely got some pretty crazy history. I mean, lowest ranks on Gold L, like they were in fights. It's not like they were just yeah, they weren't the main people fighting a lot of times, but they got into pickles and they probably either had
Mhm.
each other's backs or
Exactly.
maybe tag team, like they had some kind of strategies together, but you know.
Hmm.
So I
Yeah,
think it'd be tight to see like those flashbacks, bro. Like
yeah, yes, man. That'd be dope. Yeah, and I was thinking too about Blackbeard. So do y'all believe in the theory that Shitty You is gonna get the diamond fruit?
That would be
I
dope to
don't
see.
yeah, I mean I don't discredit it. I don't really I mean I can see where the pieces line up for that too, but
Hmm.
I'm up in the air with it.
Yeah, I just kind of don't. I don't want it to be a thing to where it's like Blackbeard kills Shanks and then Shitty You kills Mihawk. Like that'd be pretty crazy. But I kind of don't want like Zoro and Luffy going through the same thing in a way, if you know what I mean. Like I wanted it to be a little different. But I think it's kind of gonna happen. Like just on a simple fact that they put Zoro in a position of where he got trained by Mihawk. Because I expected Zoro to, to just get strong on his own or, do some type of training somewhere else and then get strong enough to take out Mihawk. But they kind of made it to where he kind of became like his master in a way. So, with a lot of that swordsman stuff, like how swords get passed down and then like a little rogue student take out the master or something like that. Like it's gonna be interesting to see like Shitty's backstory because I think Blackbeard knows some stuff about him, and that's probably why he was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna get you out." Because I don't feel like he just chose those people for no reason.
Right.
Like he didn't just go in there and go on that level and just pick out random people. Like, oh yeah, you come with me. You look strong. Like I think that'd be kind of stupid.
Nah,
I think
you
he's
got the
got a
Willow D.
strategy. I mean, just even calling back to when they all shot Whitebeard, they were all like organized, like just blasting away, like ready to go. Like
Yeah.
I talk a lot about I like the dynamics within each Yonko. I mean, Big Mom, as we've seen, her infrastructure, they aren't really there so much. Every once in a while, stuff comes together, but they get kind of just caught like sleeping a little bit, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas I feel like someone like Shank's crew, they're gonna be like A, B, C, and then D, and then E, like have each plan ready. I think what's his name? I mean, they have the smartest guy in the East Blue on their crew. I mean, how could they not? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
So,
True.
so I don't really know what's going on with Blackbeard's crew as far as that kind of stuff. I think with the people that are on that team, I think they're gonna have strategies and a half.
Yeah, and yeah, because Blackbeard, like you said earlier, like he seemed very calculated, and his crew, like I just like the vibe of his crew. Like they kind of got that goth, like evil, dark, Grim Reaper, death type vibe to their crew. Like even just from the character designs, like nobody looks like a happy person. You know what I mean? Like everybody just look grimy as hell, and
Pretty much scum of the earth, bro.
yeah, exactly. Like it's like he went and found like the worst fucking people he could think of. Like it's like he grabbed every newspaper from the past and was like, let's see who's in Impel Down. And just like, okay, yeah, he joining, she joining, this big ass dude joining. We can use him as like an extra ship if it get destroyed or something. Like it's just crazy. Like
You gotta also take into account that they got ties to the underworld. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
wait, the people in Blackbeard crew do?
Yeah, they probably got tied to the underworld, and they probably got like networks of different locations and territory. You know what I mean?
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be sleeping if you don't think Lafayette knows some people. If you don't think some of these people Shiryu, he definitely knows people. These guys got connects.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he might be one of the strongest Blackbeard pirates, low key. Wait, so don't people call him Lafitte and Lafayette?
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's
I
some kind
think
of
Lafitte.
French thing. I don't know.
Yeah, because I think in the English dub they was calling him Lafitte, I think. But yeah, I can't remember. But yeah, Lafitte. But yeah, I think he might be one of the most like slept on characters in One Piece. Like just like how he kind of just came in there to that meeting, like how he just kind of appeared, and they like, where the hell did he come from? You know, and it seems like he already has a devil fruit. So
He
um
does.
yeah, because he grew them wings and shit, didn't he? Like, don't he got like some wings?
Yeah. Yeah, he did. Like my net.
Oh, bro, I was thinking about something, and I think I seen somebody. I don't know if nobody said. I think I heard somebody say something about this before, and I was thinking along the similar lines. Like, if y'all ever seen, it was a filler in Naruto, and Rock Lee was fighting a dude that can open the gates, but he had like an owl type fighting style to where everything was silent. Because you know how they say owls are silent, like when they sneak up on people, like you can't hear them, like flying,
Right.
like they
Yeah.
just like super silent. So what if he like some
Yeah.
type of owl Zoan or something, bro? Like a fucking big ass white creepy looking ass owl. Owls just look creepy as hell to me anyway. Like I don't give a hell what it is.
Sick.
Like them things look like them things, man. They like he just like some type of Zoan owl, like some ancient Zoan owl thing or something. Like and it just like super huge and creepy looking. Like I don't know, man, because he got that creepy Joker look to him. So it'd be kind of creepy to see him turn into an owl. Like that. That'd be crazy. Because
Yeah,
really,
dude.
like
That'd be dope.
yeah, because I mean, what other devil fruit would it be? The wing fruit, like, and I think it's pretty cool that they didn't notice him in there. Like, he got this silent thing to him, even though he got like, don't he got like tap shoes on?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
he
it's
looks creepy, bro.
yeah, like, and you know, like how he just kind of got in there without them noticing, and maybe that can be a part of that whole owl thing, like how you can't hear their feathers, like they can just swoop down on something and you don't even hear it coming.
I think he's on some assassin stuff, bro.
Yeah,
I think he's just
And
gonna
wasn't he
swoop
like
in
S
and-
Marine?
you say
What?
wasn't he what?
Ex Marine. I mean, yeah, ex Marine.
Was he?
I think so. I
I
think
know
he was
he's
like
a
an intel.
I know he's a navigator, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh, so he the navigator, okay. Yeah, because I had another thing that I wanted to say too. Do y'all think Blackbeard gonna have like a huge fleet? Because it kind of seemed weird for Luffy to have this huge fleet, like just to fight Blackbeard and a few people in his crew. Like that'd be kind of weird.
I don't think it'll be that big. I think
Yeah,
it'll
he's
probably
gonna
be the
have a
same
huge
size as
one.
Whitebeard's, if anything.
But if Blackbeard have one,
Yeah.
yeah, it's probably gonna be more of like quality than quantity. Because it seemed like you said, I know I keep saying this, but like he very calculated. So maybe he just looking for people who kind of got like a dark, because obviously whatever he got playing they down for it, because it's like why join this guy, you know, like by now he had to tell them like, yeah, I'm trying to do this, I'm trying to do that. Like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't think all of them joining just to make him become pirate king. Like I don't know, like it just I don't know, like I just feel like they got something bigger that they trying to do, and I don't think it has nothing to do with the ancient weapons. Like to be honest, I think Blackbeard might find something that's worse than the ancient weapons that they thought didn't even exist. Like, oh man, I thought that was destroyed long ago, and Blackbeard just come through on some giant devil fruit creature and shit, just screeching through the seas, and they can just hear it all across the world or something. That'd be crazy.
That'd be
That sounds
dope.
crazy, bro. I mean, I think Blackbeard. I think he entices some of these people by. You guys saw Dark Knight Rises, that Batman movie?
Yeah,
Remember when like
Yeah.
they're saying like some people just want to watch like the world burn, like that's how
Mhm.
Joker is. Like he just wants to watch the world burn. He has no other intentions but just to see the chaos. Like
yeah,
I feel
like You
Yeah,
can't
no,
like do nothing with him. Like you can't be like, okay, Joker, look, if we give you this, would you stop? Like he don't care about all that stuff. Dude be burning money and shit. Like this dude, like, that's it's hard to deal with people like that.
So that's why I think Blackbeard's like, he has these plans, but he's like, you know what? If you come with me, you could ice some people if you want to, but I'm gonna get my stuff done as well.
Yeah, and that's what was making me think like when I was saying earlier about what was I trying to say? Yeah, him like what if he get like he doing all this to get revenge for the D family getting betrayed in like the Void Century or something. Like he got like Void Century knowledge. And I was kind of tying it into when Whitebeard was telling him like you're not the one Roger waiting for. So what if Blackbeard kind of knows that he's not the one, but he kind of trying to do things to kind of put himself in a position to where he kind of can be the one, if you get what I mean. Right. Like, so it's like he going out of his way to do all these things, even though he's not like the one that's supposed to accomplish these things. Like he going by it by in like a dark way.
I can see that. Because I could also see. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead, bro.
No, go for it. You already had it.
Doflamingo, he said something interesting too. I think it was while he was in Impel Down. He said something like he wondered when the D family gonna make they move or something like that. And the way he said it is like the Will of D people is like a group of them still out there somewhere. It's like another group, kind of like, you know, like how they got the revolutionaries and then they got like CP0 and just all these different groups. And it was like a people of the Will of D family that's like all together. Because I also had another Blackbeard theory of what if he was just a part of like the people who made things go bad. Like what if it was like an evil family of the D and he's just a descendant of them. So it's like no matter what, like it's gonna always keep repeating in a way. Like because it's kind of interesting because another way I was looking at it is they say that they like the natural enemies of the gods and they call Doflamingo like a god and a heavenly demon and all that stuff, and he was a celestial dragon. So what if him and Law taking Doflamingo down was symbolic of Law of the person with the Will of D that came before Law and Luffy? Like what if the people before them like his separate families of the D, and like in the past, Law family and Luffy family of the D worked together to defeat somebody in the past of Doflamingo? Like maybe what if it's like these weird parallels to where it's always going to be a Blackbeard, it's always going to be somebody with the Will of D like Law, it's always going to be another Sal, like, you know what I mean? Like it's always a constant D that's always getting passed down. So it's like it never goes anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that could be true. I mean, also with that, if reincarnation is going on here, and if Blackbeard did come from a bad group of the D's or like a evil group, and Luffy came from the good ones or something, I mean, Luffy's been shown to have like the voice of all things, which is just really vague at this point still. But
yeah,
I'm just like Kakurosaki, but continue.
Right. Yeah, so like I think this thing with the D is that I think some of these people are selectively, some of them, their ancestors were gifted with certain things that are completely rare. Like Luffy has his voice of all things. Maybe Blackbeard has just this weird body where he's able to have more than, like they have these weird mutations or weird things about them that's specific to the D family.
Yeah, like each D family got like their own specific thing that they could do or something.
Right, like
that'd be dope. And it's almost like it's kind of like the balance between them may have got like destroyed or something. Like they needed all the D's to keep the balance in a way.
Yeah,
like that'd be pretty crazy. And you made me think of something else too, bro, that I wanted to bring up, man. Because I forgot to write it down, but it was something about so you know like how Oda put a lot of parallels, like how Luffy had parallels to Roger, like how Roger had a diverse crew and stuff like that. Because in one of the cover pages, he had a crocodile in his crew, and I was thinking, I was curious on who would be. I was gonna bring up different races too, but that's another thing. But I was curious on who would parallel Blackbeard and Roger's life if they is gonna have the same parallels. Like it don't seem like Roger had a Blackbeard. Like it don't seem like he went against nobody evil with the Will of D. You know what I mean? Unless it's something they just ain't showed, and it might be a panel of Luffy and Blackbeard standing in front of each other, and then it might like mirror like a bad Willie D person Roger fought or something. Like that'd be pretty crazy.
Yeah.
That'd be
I
interesting.
mean, Blackbeard was kind of time a little bit too, though.
You said Blackbeard was what? I'm sorry, you had kind of cut out a little bit.
Oh, I was just saying that Blackbeard was shown to be kind of around towards. I mean, at least towards the end. We don't know how far he was, but we know like Whitebeard when he met up with Roger, he was like a D in their name too, you know. So he's probably been around for a while. True.
Oh, you saying that Blackbeard was probably in Whitebeard's crew for a while?
Right. So I'm just saying like he was probably kind of up and coming.
Yeah, and that's pretty interesting because like he just like got this little just sit back and strike when the moment is perfect thing going on. You know what I'm saying? Like how he just showed up in Marineford. Like nobody was expecting Blackbeard to just show up out of nowhere, and it's just like man, like. And I also was thinking it would have been cool if Blackbeard was a Cerberus and he got like a 3-headed Zoan. And it'd be cool, like it'd be cool if like each head had like a different ability, so it just make him like a OP Zoan. And maybe that's probably why he got the 3 skulls. It also could symbolize him eating 3 fruits, which he already got the strongest Paramecia, the strongest Logia. And we still haven't been introduced to like a lot of powerful Zoan types. And I think that's where Wano gonna get really interesting because people have to remember like it's gonna be a lot of Zoans in that arc. So it's gonna be weird to see so many Zoans, like people transforming into all these creatures. So I mean we might see Zoans to where it's stuff like, you know, pterodactyls and ogres and you know, like all type of mythical type stuff. Like you never know, it could be an elf Zoan. I don't know. Like somebody turns to Zoan, it's just like some human model. Like and Kaido, like, and it's interesting to see because I think Kaido gonna have the strongest commander. Like, I don't know why. Like, I just feel like they just gonna be just like you know, because
think Zoro gonna fight?
Do I think who gonna fight?
Zoro gonna fight the right hand of Kaido? Instead of the Shogun.
That actually would be interesting. And you know, the whole Kaido thing just kind of confuses me because like the way things looking in the story, like I just don't see Luffy being the only one to fight him. Like I feel like it's gonna be like a select group of people. And I was thinking it'll also be interesting if Zoro, I know people probably don't really care too much about the theory, but I think Kuina is alive, and it'd be crazy if she was the Shogun and he have to fight her, and that'd be like, you know, like a super emotional arc for Zoro. You know, like he not like the emotional type, but that'd be pretty crazy because I don't know. Like, and see, that's the whole thing. I'm glad you brung up Zoro fighting him because I don't see like how they gonna handle Kaido and then his calamities. And then whatever little smile people, like, I don't know, like it's like unless they do a thing to where like the captains of the Grand Fleet, like they all kind of team up on. I know people like don't like the whole teaming up thing. I'm sorry, but I'm just thinking about like people hate like when you say anything about like, you know, people teaming up to beat people because they just, you know. But yeah, it's gonna have to be like some 4v1s and stuff or something because I don't see Luffy fighting Kaido and then Zoro fighting the right hand and then Sanji fighting another commander and then I don't know, like that's gonna be strange.
I agree. They're gonna have to get some cats to show up if they want to take out Kaido, bro.
Yeah, and I think maybe that's why they kind of hinting at the supernovas being there because because like I said, Luffy gonna need some strong allies, man. Like like I don't see Luffy just waltzing in there with his grand fleet and taking out Kaido. Like I don't know. And I was also thinking too, what if Kaido have some type of chimera devil fruit? This is like a crazy idea I was thinking of the other night. And what if Kaido got some like chimera type fruit to where he constantly changing into different beasts and Luffy having these different forms? Like, what if this is gonna be our first time seeing Luffy fight in different forms to handle Kaido different forms? So what if Luffy had to use a speed form against a certain form of Kaido, and then he had to use Tank Man, and then he had to use Snake Man, and you know, like different forms to be able to keep up with Kaido in a way.
That'd be sick, dude. That's actually a good idea. I mean, what if he uses all of his form, like chimera forms, into one beast, and then like Luffy needs to come up with a new form on the fly and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be dope, man. Seeing Luffy like what if he start combining his gears or something? Because I was thinking too, like Luffy kind of got the whole car thing going on. So what if he gets some type of nitro ability to where it's like his fastest form, like Nitro Man or something? I don't know, like, and he's just like super fast with like these blue flames on him or something. Like, I don't know, like it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Cause I don't think because what he have now, like it's just, but I still kind of think Law gonna kind of nerf Kaido in some kind of way. Or also, what could happen depending on how Whole Cake Island ends, like it can be like our first Yonko versus Yonko fight, and then you know Kaido take out Big Mom or something like that. But he like weak enough for Luffy and the rest of his allies to take him out or something. Because Big
Yeah.
Mom kind of got that mentality where it don't seem like she care. Like she'll show up in anybody's stuff, just like, hey, if you pissed her off, she'll chase you. Like, and it don't matter where you go. Like, it can be Shanks territory. And she's like, I don't care about red hair. Like, I'm coming to get Luffy, you know?
I think she's one of the most calculated of them all. I don't know if she has the most smart calculations, but um, when Brooke tried to take her poneglyph, and I think she said something about the, or no, not then, but we just know that somehow Roger got a copy of hers, and she's been said in the past that for her to be, for her to allow herself to become queen of the pirates, she needs a poneglyph. So she obviously knows some crazy stuff about that, where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, I'll take on Shanks, I'll take on Kaido, but I'm not gonna do anything till I got that last poneglyph.
Yeah, and that's pretty cool. And I don't know what about what you said just triggered this in my mind, but I was thinking about how you was talking about the way the different crews are, like all of them have like their own theme. Because it was kind of interesting for them to show Whitebeard and he got the family theme, and it was like they really respected him, you know, and they looked at him as like a father or whatever. But then you get to Big Mom who really has kids, but it don't seem like they really, you know, like it don't seem like they really respect each other. Like some of them do. Like it seems like they care about their siblings and stuff, but in a way, like Big Mom just kind of got that dysfunctional family thing because you know people be scared to talk to her, and you know her kids be leaving, and you know just all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's especially when you compare them, it's like wow, like it's weird how they all work still, but it's like damn, like all
And then
dysfunctional.
Blackbeard is like the opposite of Shanks's crew. Like Shanks kind of got like a fun, you know, let's drink and kick back type of crew, and then Blackbeard got like a dark, serious crew. Like, because I be thinking sometimes, like, what the hell do Blackbeard and them be doing? Like, when they run around stealing devil fruits, like, I can't see them just sitting
Yeah.
around playing pool or something. Like, hey, sure do you get me another beer, bro? Like, you know, like, I don't know, man. Like, it's kind of weird to think about, like, how they dynamic is with each other.
They probably just sit around being creepy. Some some of them like terrorize people. Other ones just sit in a corner. I'm not too sure, man. the whole crew is like they belong just in an asylum. Some of them, bro.
Yeah. Like I think things are gonna get really dark once we get to Blackbeard, man. Like,
Yeah.
cause it's like it's just kind of crazy right now. And I don't know how y'all feel about Luffy fighting Big Mom again, but like it just seemed kind of weird to flush her out so much just for Luffy to fight her in a later arc. Like I know they got all these little like theories out about what if she destroyed Fishman Island or what if she go down in Elbaf, but I don't know, man. Like it's like how our kids have been fleshed out, and Parasparrow lost the arm, and Katakuri in the mirror world, and him and Luffy done already had like a big fight. Like I feel like if it would have been more of a kind of get in and get out, and like Katakuri had his panel to where he just look at Luffy like you lucky I got away, then I could kind of see them fighting her again if it would have been. But it's like so much has been happening. Like I don't know. How do y'all feel about Big Mom being in another arc and seeing all her children and stuff again?
I'd be interested in that.
Me too.
Maybe a more like humble, but still like powerful. I mean, it'd be weird to get a different look on them like that, or to see
really
if
wanna know
whatever
her.
happens. Go ahead, Martin.
Yeah, I really want to know her agenda. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I know she wants the One Piece, but like, what is it for her? You know what I mean?
Yeah, like yeah, I know what you mean. Like it's like that's like I think one of y'all was saying like what if somebody knows something about this stuff that they just not showing like cause like I'm not against like seeing Big Mom in another arc, but it seemed like Oda just fleshing her out so much. Like, what if she really do go down this arc or something? Like, I don't know. Cause I
Yeah.
was thinking about you remember when Katakuri was eating when he had the Marienda,
Yep.
and one of them
Yeah.
chef guys had made a comment about people guard is down the most when they're eating. And what if there was like a slight foreshadowing of Big Mom guard being down after she eat the cake and somebody just comes out of nowhere and just like bombard her? I mean, and I think I heard somebody say even if she is weakened, like who's strong enough to just come through and just kill her? And that kind of is a good
Blackbeard.
point. Yeah, and it'd be so weird if he took her fruit. Like if he do take her fruit, I don't think he gonna eat it though. I think he might give it to the one chick, the little witch looking chick. It seemed
Madam.
like she'd have
Yeah.
like soul manipulating powers. Like I can like imagine how creepy shit'll look if she start creating souls and homies and shit.
Or
Like
Katarina Devon.
yeah, yeah.
Man, she has to be probably the creepiest looking person on that crew next to Luffy to me.
Yeah, like they just give me that super dark, creepy vibe. Like, see, what you call him? He give me kind of like a bloodlust vibe. The swordsman Shiryu, but them two that you just mentioned, like they got that super creepy vibe to them. Like standing next to them in line, I'd be like, bro, like I don't think I want to cash my check today. Like, like
Doc Q is probably the third. I mean, he has like a aftershave. He looks like he's nodding. He looks like he's coming off like age. It's like, Jesus, where you been, bro?
Yeah.
His horse is sick too. It's like, God damn.
yeah, he looked like he'd be some type of Grim Reaper. Like he kind of had like a Grim Reaper vibe because I seen a picture of his weapon and it kind of looked like a scythe a little bit. Like it kind of reminded me of a scythe. Like it kind of got the pointed. I can't remember exactly how it looked, but it got like I think it's two sharp sides, like facing like opposite ways, like on the little stick thing he was carrying or something like that. And
Yeah.
what if it was like I mean, because One Piece got Buddhas and shit. So what if it's like a Grim Reaper Zoan or something that he get like, and it's
I
just
feel like
like,
he's on some Deadpool shit, bro. I feel like he's like he like you know how like Deadpool had like cancer, but he like mutated or something to survive still.
mm-hmm.
I feel like this guy's like has some crazy sickness, but he ate some fruit that like just keeps him just around, but also gives him some really good skills or something.
Yeah, he might have some type of necromancer paramecia or something. He summoned dead people and shit or something.
That'd be
Yeah.
dope.
Yeah, because it was a devil fruit that I wanted to mention. That is pretty interesting that they didn't show it yet. But like I said, you never know. I can't think, but it'll most likely be a Zoan. But I can't think of what it was at the moment. But I feel like Wano is gonna kind of be one of those arcs to where like a lot of like people like Law, Zoro, like the Zoans. Like I feel like the Zoans and the swordsmen gonna shine a lot in Wano. And for the longest, I've been wanting to see Law like actually fight without using room. Like it'd be cool to see how good his actual just flat out swordsman skills are. So what if he fighting somebody that won't like to kind of keep speed blissing him and he kind of like forced to just fight like a regular swordsman? Like that'd be pretty dope, man. To see Law actually just fight like a regular swordsman, like not no room and slicing people out, just pure swordsman. Like that'd be cool, man.
I think that'd be
I'd
cool
like
too,
to see
dude.
that.
So how do y'all feel about Law betraying Luffy?
I can see that as well. I don't think he will betray him right away, especially not in Wano. But maybe like after Wano, he might decide to like separate himself from the crew a lot more.
Yeah, because it's just kind of weird with Law's powers. Like I can't see him fighting Luffy. Like I don't know. Like because it's just like because if you really think about it, like usually when Law fighting people, like he basically one shotting everything. Like it's like soon as that room go up, it seemed like it just be over for people, and it'd be hard seeing how Luffy would deal with that because Law do have like other abilities he can do, but would he really just fight Luffy using counter shock and all of that other stuff? Like, cause Room seemed like one of his main, like things. Like,
Yeah.
and it'd just be kind of be weird seeing him unless he betrayed Luffy and then he like come to his senses because he think about all the stuff Corazon did for him and stuff. Cause I think it'd be kind of weird, like how he wanted to kind of die there with Luffy at Dressrosa, and then all of a sudden like he just betray him after like all the backstory with Corazon, like because it'd be kind of like him being just like Doflamingo in a way, even though Doflamingo like seemed to kind of like care about his crew, but like I think that'd be Law way of becoming exactly what Doflamingo kind of wanted. Because Doflamingo knew he had that little darkness in him. Like, he was a little crazy dude, so when he was little. But it's like, Corazon changed all of that. So I think if he don't die in Wano, then it might be a possibility that Oda might do something where he betray him and then he end up helping Luffy in the end. But yeah.
Most definitely.
Oh, you was just gonna say sorry, bro.
No, I was just saying most definitely. I don't think he would kill Luffy, but he'll definitely pull like a Corazon in his own way.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that'd be crazy though. Like if he do die like saving Luffy. Because if you look at One Piece, like if we truly honest, like it seemed like all the OP characters usually end up being some type of ally. Like if you really think about it, like people who have like mad potential to like do like a lot of damage. Like let's say like I know people don't really give Smoker a lot of respect, but Smoker got like the ability to be a very powerful Logia. Like, but it's just his stance in the series. It's just kind of made him to where like he kind of just on the fence. Like he want to capture Luffy because that's his duty, but he still was kind of letting Luffy do his thing. Like it wasn't like And even with Caesar, like people be saying how weak Caesar is, but let's be honest, like he beat Luffy. Like I don't care how people feel about it, but like he cut out that oxygen and it was GO for Luffy. Game over. Like he was out. Like and now Caesar kind of like a low-key ally because he kind of helping him. And even with the theories surrounding Moria might help them fight Kaido, it's like all these people with these crazy abilities, like even with people like Law, like he cool with Luffy. You got people like Viola that's cool with Luffy now. Like look at her powers. Like she could see like everything. Like imagine her being with Blackbeard or something. Like it'd be like, man, like but yeah, it seemed like Luffy got like a lot of like low key, like OP allies. And that's another reason why I kind of don't see Law like being an enemy because he just got like a broken devil fruit. And I don't know. And I think they still got to flush out that whole immortal surgery thing. I think, what if that might be what gives Luffy his lifespan back? So he do like a Granny Chio and Gara thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he just kind of like transfer his life into Luffy. Like, because what if Luffy actually do die and then Law kill himself with that ability to bring Luffy back? And then when Luffy come back, he not gonna know. He just gonna come back and might, defeat Kaido or whatever. And then at the end, he acting like, where Law is, and then he like see his dead body or something, and then like Luffy just go crazy, like because Luffy not the type of person that will let somebody sacrifice their life for his. So I think it's either gonna be a situation to where Law don't tell him he's gonna do it, or Luffy dies, or he's on the verge of death, and Law like, man, I gotta do this, like, and then he like brings Luffy back, and Luffy like be like, whatever, like sad about it or whatever. Because I think that'd be like the saddest death in One Piece, like if Law die in Wano. Because if the editors and Oda saying stuff like it's gonna be worse than Marineford and stuff like that, like people gotta remember, like Ace and Whitebeard died in Marineford, and almost Luffy and Jinbei. So if they trying to get on that level of craziness, and I forgot my boy Marco is gonna be there. And Marco don't get no love in the community, man. It's so sad. And Marineford didn't make it any better, but I feel like when you really analyze like Marco and Marineford, like they didn't even really let him do anything. Like he kicked Kizaru, and then it seemed like after that, all of a sudden he got cuffs on and he didn't really do nothing. Like, like it wasn't like
he was distracted.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm glad you said that, because I think when people in the community, like when they view the story, I think a lot of people don't account like the actual feelings that Oda gives the characters. Even with them revealing that when you're distracted, you can't use haki, and people trying to give Sanji shit for being shot. And I was like, well, you're trying to carry your captain. Like, you worried about your captain. And people have to remember he's been carried by the most emotional person on the crew. So it's like, you don't think that Sanji going to be worried about Luffy. You think he just carried him like, oh, everything's all good, Luffy. Like, he's worried about Luffy. Like, he like, man, I got to save my captain, So when people distracted, they can't do anything. And when Marco got distracted, next thing you know, handcuffs. Next thing you know, he couldn't really do anything. And who's to say that the Sea Prism Stones the handcuffs don't still linger a little bit even after you take it off? Like, you might have to recoup a little bit to, like, you got that shit on you. Like, I think in Wano, Marco gonna show out though, and then all of these people out of nowhere gonna be like a Marco fan club. Like, it's like, get the fuck out of here, man. Because there's so many people that trash, and they're like, Marco trash, man. Like I just don't think, I think that's probably why Oda didn't let him do much there, because he knew he wanted to use him in Wano. And matter of fact, when you said, what if Zoro fight the right hand? What if Marco fight the right hand?
That'd be even doper.
And it'd be like some crazy Zoan battle, and we might get to see some other stuff that Marco capable of. Because I still don't think Oda, because it'd be kind of underwhelming to have a Phoenix Zoan and it being, a mythical Zoan at that, and it just not be impressive. Like, just not show some crazy stuff with it,
I agree.
Yeah, I think he didn't warm up or something. Like he needed to do some like high knees or something because he came out not swinging so much. I mean, he gave Cesaro a kick, but I also think we didn't see what he did at the Payback War. I think when he fought the Blackbeard Pirates, I think there was some pretty sick feats that we didn't get to see.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, bro. Like, and I think that's what it is. Like, like, because it's kind of weird. Because, like, when I hear different arguments in the community, like, it seemed like people only want to apply feats when it's benefiting them, or, like they'll do something like, excuse me, like they'll do something like just because of a character's betrayal. Like sometimes it'd be like, okay, just because of this character's betrayal, he's over this character. But then you'll hear people saying, "Oh, he didn't show enough feet, so I don't care what he is." Like, so it could be like, "Oh, Blackbeard hasn't shown anything, so he's the weakest Yonko." Like, like how people do that kind of stuff. Like, I don't like that flip floppy stuff. One minute it's like, "Oh, this person hasn't shown anything, so I can't just put him over this person." But then you'll hear people saying, "Oh, he's an admiral, so he has to be over this person." Like it's just kind of weird.
yeah, I don't.
I agree.
I stay just kind of inconclusive with all of it, dude, because I don't think power scaling or like these titles and this and that really come into play. I think towards the end we're going to see a lot of interesting matchups that maybe kind of make people go, "Wait a minute, I thought he was Admiral." It's like, no, bro, you're not realizing that the matchups are going to be really important here, dude. Like, like I could see something like, I think I've mentioned this before with like Crocodile. Let's say someone, let's just say that Ace, his fruit didn't go to Sabo, right? And let's just say some rookie got it, some like up and comer, just kind of and he kind of got pretty good. Like he got pretty decent with it, and then he faces up with Crocodile. I feel like that matchup would be surprising to a lot of people, just because if you know anything about like fire and stuff, when sand is superheated,
Yeah,
it
it
turns
turned
into
into
glass.
glass. Yeah, exactly.
These are
Yeah.
things I think people aren't taking into consideration.
Yep. Even with the whole Luffy and the nail thing, like I don't think Luffy would have won if he would have just been some type of stretch man.
Exactly.
Like if he had the stretch fruit, like he could still stretch and stuff. Like I don't think, like if he wasn't rubber, like Luffy would have been done. I know people would say, "Oh, you can't say that," or "Oh, you don't know how Oda would have written it," but he wrote it that way for a reason. It's just like Luffy was rubber, so he was a nerf to a nail. Like, I mean, come on. That's clear. And even when a nail tried to do other stuff, like you got to look at it like, even though he had a spirit, because some people are like, "Oh, he can use a spirit," but at the same time, that never seemed like his primary way of fighting, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I feel like he just got so used to just shocking the hell out of people. Like he never had to worry about using his spirit. And he fight Luffy, and he like, okay, why is my electricity not working on this dude? So now it's like, okay, well, let's see if I can stab him. And then that's when he's seen that Luffy was had a weakness to bladed weapons.
Exactly. I think matchup is just way more prevalent than we think.
Yeah, even with Smoker and Ace, like they said, like they Devil Fruits just cancel each other out. So it's just like, I feel like it don't really matter how strong Ace is, because I feel like they still Logias, and I feel like all Devil Fruit users, I still kind of feel like they can pull the most power out of themselves using Devil Fruits. I feel like Haki was just like a thing that was created to be able to handle people with Devil Fruits if you didn't have one.
Yes, yeah.
But other than that, I think
go ahead.
I don't think nobody's Haki can be more powerful than the Devil Fruit unless it's Conqueror's Haki, which, they haven't shown more about it, but it's got to be something crazy about Conqueror's Haki if they trying to kill Luffy just from seeing that he has it. They like, "Oh man, he got Conqueror's Haki. We got to kill this dude." Like, because, people always say, "Oh, Conqueror Haki only knock fighter out," but it's just like, I'm pretty sure it does more than that.
No, yeah. That's going to be a big thank you. Oh, shit. My bad.
No, it's all good.
I was,
Again, somebody was finna say something.
No, I was just gonna say, I think someone who's going to exploit the matchup thing more than anybody is going to be Blackbeard. I think he's going to be a person where it's like, let's see, he goes up against Sengoku or something, and something's going on where Sengoku does something. He's kind of outmatching Blackbeard. He'll be like, Lafitte, bring your fruit over here. And then let's say Kong shows up and he does something, and we're like, oh, we're fucked. And he's like, oh, go get Shiryu. And then bam, because he knows that this fruit is going to be good against that. So he's going to be like, and then he's going to be like, you go in the air and then you do this. And so, I feel like someone's going to be like shocked. I feel like he's going to know. Because he's kind of a coward. I think that comes from being kind of a coward. He's going to be like, he knows he doesn't have too much of an ego to know, like, be a coward. Like, he'll be like, fight this for me because I know I'm going to lose. Whereas someone like Whitebeard's going to be like, I might lose, but I'm not going to lose.
And you brought up an interesting point, because do Blackbeard know about all the devil fruits on Luffy crew?
Because I'm sure as soon as they start fighting, he would like know.
Yeah, because I was thinking, what if Blackbeard finds like a nerf to all of them?
Right.
So he finds somebody for Brook where that soul stuff won't work against them, or Shiryu with the whole diamond thing. He like, yeah, they swordsmen have a problem cutting diamond. Because if Shiryu get that diamond fruit and he hockey up, like, man, that's gonna be crazy, man. Like black diamond, like, man, And then that'll really like say a lot about Shiryu, especially like either it'll be the world's strongest swordsman title ain't as cracked up as what it is, or Shiryu just that damn strong if he beat Mihawk, because maybe that might be what gives him the edge over Mihawk, like having that diamond hardened. And like, what if him and Mihawk fighting and Mihawk cutting through the diamond? And he like, you think I couldn't cut diamond? Like, and then all of a sudden he just hockey it up like with some crazy armament, and all of a sudden like Mihawk's sword get like a crack in it or something, and then like that might be the first time you see Mihawk make like a different facial expression. Like I could picture like a panel of like Mihawk eyes kind of like not necessarily bulging out, but kind of like, like a shock, like damn, my sword just cracked on that, like that'd be crazy.
That would be crazy. I think Mihawk would realize that he's been caught lacking, you know what I mean, in the Department of Hockey. But how do you feel about Mihawk in the story versus Zoro?
I think it'd be a dope fight. I think because some people say like it seemed like after Mihawk trained him, like it kind of took away from it. Like I feel like Mihawk kind of did the same thing as like kind of that Rayleigh did with Luffy in a way. Like, but I don't think Mihawk training was like, okay, I'm gonna teach you these sword techniques. Like, I feel like the training was more so of him just saying, all right, Zoro, I'm finna get you pedaling, bro. And after that, you on your own. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those, like he basically took Zoro off the training wheels with the swordsman. Like Zoro started off on training wheels, and Mihawk was the one that got him to the 2 wheels. Like, all right, I'm gonna get you started. So yeah, Mihawk versus Zoro in the series would be pretty cool. Actually, I would like to see that. And I brought up the whole Kobe thing earlier because like Kobe, like Oda just like low key just keep on boosting his power, and like people not even really tripping off of it. Like people got to think about like how fast he became an admiral, and then, I believe him and Helnepo was getting trained by Garp, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
something special about him.
Yeah, and like how he had that special hockey in Marineford. Like, don't people find it odd that him and Luffy kind of both awaken like some type of special hockey at the same time? Like just imagine, bro, like in the series, like Sabo just show up after Luffy defeat Blackbeard, like Luffy the Pirate King, and he like He like, I know you defeated Blackbeard, Luffy, but I'm a Marine and I still have to take you in. Like, and him and Luffy have like this crazy fight. Like, and what if like it start off the same way, like as it did last time in a way, but like he do the shave technique, and then like Luffy try to hit him, but then he end up hitting Luffy first or something like that, and it'll catch a lot of people off guard. Like what the hell? Like Kobe? Like no way? Like like that'd be crazy. Like and it just be a super crazy fight. Like you just see him using like shave and like they just moving on fast and people thinking like damn, like and then it might be people saying like Kobe could have took out Blackbeard or crazy little stuff like that. Like I think him and Luffy have like a destiny to fight each other because how he kind of washed him at Marineford. Like I think that's a clear indicator that they gonna fight again, and Luffy's not gonna do that the next time he fight Kobe. Like I don't think that's gonna happen. Like I think they're gonna have a super crazy fight at the end of the series, and then like Luffy just like I don't know, like Luffy just kind of like see him and like be like yeah, I accept your challenge, Kobe. Like you know what I'm saying? Like smiling like he always do. And Kobe and it just be like a real close fight, but Kobe still lose, but Luffy don't Luffy ain't no I'm gonna kill you, or I don't think it's gonna be a fight where it's like any grudges. It's just gonna kind of be like the best fight Luffy like ever had in a way.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be one of the most meaningful fights too, dude.
Yeah, because if he don't fight him again, like even with the whole them bringing Ace's Devil Fruit back, like if they bring Ace Devil Fruit back just for Sabo not to beat the crap out of Akainu with it, like I'm gonna just be like, man, why did they do that to the Ace fans? Because you know how he was saying that stuff like, oh, like my Devil Fruit superior to yours, like. And then they introduced Sabo with this crazy armament hockey. Like this dude just crushing people. Like I mean, like he dude was straight like crazy strong. Like, and what if like he get that fight against Akainu? Because I really feel like he's gonna fight Akainu, and he kind of got that rage mode in him. Like, because I don't know if y'all seen Dressrosa in the anime, but like the way he was looking, like when Sabo tried to kill Luffy, like I said Sabo. When Burgess tried to kill Luffy, like Sabo kind of had like a little crazy streak in him, like a little beast mode in him, like dude, I kill you, bro. Like
Yeah.
And I think that's what's needed for Akainu. Like I don't feel like Luffy is aggressive enough in combat for somebody like Akainu in a way, if you know what I mean. Like I don't know, like. I feel like Sabo got the perfect like personality to fight Akainu, like because he gonna be that one to come in with the armament hockey and the flames, like bro, and he might tell him the same thing, and then he might think about the fact that he took out Ace.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about, dude. Because not to interrupt you, I'm sorry, but Sabo is he's a savage in his own right because he grew up not knowing anything about himself. He trained pretty much thinking, I don't even know how I showed up here, but I'm a soldier, bro. Like I'm a Marine out here, bro. Like I don't know what my purpose is, but I'm learning how to fight. So he, because he didn't remember anything. So like he didn't know what he was taught growing up. He didn't remember his morals, none of it.
Yeah, and maybe that might tie into maybe that ties into him being such a beast because now that he got his memory back, he like, man, I couldn't be there to help Ace and Luffy. Like Luffy almost died. Like, I think low key he kind of feel like it's his fault because he lost his memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna try to make it up.
Yeah, so I feel like he definitely got a lot of savage in him, like to where he's like, man, like. He got a lot of pent up anger inside of him about Ace, and I feel like the last thing he gonna do is let something happen to Luffy.
Yeah, I felt his anger, bro, when he hit Burgess with that. He's like, Chicken, man. I was like, hell yeah, dude.
He was not playing with that dude. Like he was, man. And I think people sleep on Burgess too, though. Like I don't think he is weak as people think he is. But I think it'll also be weird for Burgess to get a devil fruit that change his appearance in any kind of way.
Yeah.
What if he gets some type of fruit, like since he always being shown as like strong, like what if he get a fruit, I don't know, like some type of shockwave devil fruit or something. Where he like send out like where he send out shockwaves where he do stuff. So he like if he fight Frankie, like he just like slams Frankie or something and just like send all these shockwaves through him, and then Luffy and them could feel it from where they fighting or something. Because I think Oda been like splitting up the Straw Hats a lot because I feel like that's what's going to happen towards the end of the series. I think they're going to break off into different groups, and they might have specific groups for specific things. So it's going to be like a lot of different fights happening like all over the place. So kind of like similar to how, if you remember in the Naruto War, how they had like the people who was good with like traps and stuff like that, like the Sais and the Dataras, they put them type of people in groups together. And you know, like how they had the different groups of people who specialize in different things. Like, what if they do that? Like have like a zone in each group, like a tracker, or they just have it to where they put people who's compatible. So let's say something like Usopp, he with like the Giants or something, that whole David and Goliath thing, like he with the fleet of giants, like he like the only tiny person, and then you just got all these giants, and then you got like, I don't know, like maybe people like Nami and Brook, like people with elemental stuff, maybe they might have that to where it might be a group of them, if you know what I mean. Like they just have like a group, like different groups. And like one of the things can like kick it off. Like let's say like if Luffy and them like behind Blackbeard, and then like all of a sudden Van Auger just starts shooting at the ship or something. And then you got like him and Usopp, just like Usopp constantly like trying to stop all the shots and stuff. And that's like what kind of like kick off the Blackbeard War. Like you just see like Usopp and just constantly sniping, like he trying to take out the ship. Because Blackbeard don't seem like the type of person who's just like, let them catch up. I can watch them. Like just let them catch up. Like I don't feel like Blackbeard would mind him trying to take out the Straw Hat. Like I don't think he would care if somebody else took out Luffy other than himself. Like if he feel like they gonna foil the plans and Van Auger want to start dumping at all the ships, like I think Blackbeard like, all right, yeah, take out those ships, and then he's just shooting at all of them. Like that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
Do you think Van Auger gonna get a devil fruit? Because it seemed like Blackbeard gonna give everybody in his crew a devil fruit, just on the simple fact that they like collecting devil fruits. I think everybody in his crew gonna have a devil fruit.
Yeah, I could see that. Probably just be real proficient at whatever they do, and then if worst comes to worst, they have like a sick devil fruit.
Yeah, because is it anybody prominent in Big Mom's crew that don't have a devil fruit? Because all of her commanders have devil fruits. I was thinking, what if Blackbeard be like the only person with people that got like literally everybody has a devil fruit. Like it's not one person that's gonna be with him that don't have one.
You know, but trippy is somehow he gets some of his people to get multiple ones like him. Somehow.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. Like, what if he knows a way where people can eat multiple devil fruits to where it's not just him and Oda just using all this stomach and the nullifying of fruits to like throw us off, and he know like a science behind him.
You know, I heard an interesting theory about that. I think it was Chatty. I don't know if you're from Discord and stuff.
Yeah, I heard of Chatty before. Yeah.
He has like, I think he posted one video, and it's just a theory video, but I watched it. It's actually pretty credible. Oh, it seems interesting. It's like he thinks that the devil fruits are transferred through blood, and he thinks that like when let's say like when Blackbeard put that cloth over Whitebeard, let's say maybe he just punched through that hole in his chest and covered his hand in blood. So maybe it transferred into his arm, and maybe he only uses the guru on that one arm. And then,
So it's kind of like it'd be too much for him to just put them all in his stomach. So he kind of have to find like, would you call it a conduit in a way?
yeah,
Like all of them need a vessel, exactly. Like, so he got like a devil fruit in this arm, and he got one in this arm, and he might
maybe
have
it is
some
too much to swallow it because you already have a full body of the other one. So maybe you just have to allocate it to one section.
Embedded in different sections. Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, we went even further, and this is where it gets trippy. He's thinking when Ace got fisted by Kainu, if you notice, Luffy's hand is covering that hole. And what happens is after that, he starts using Red Hawk on that arm.
What? That's crazy.
That's trippy.
Yeah, that is trippy, man. Yeah, and that's why, like, in the near future, man, like, I'm definitely gonna be doing a lot more theory videos because I'm more into, like, you know, trying to analyze One Piece and just break down foreshadowings and theories. Like, I like to have a lot of people together just to talk about theories and hear other people's ideas, and that can help us probably come to a conclusion. Like, especially if we got something that's on the same track, and you might say something that make more sense than what I came up with, or I might say something you be like, you know what, that makes more sense. Like, you know, like it's just a real interesting thing because One Piece has so many things. Like, I feel like it's the only series that's so complex. It's just so many mysteries, so many things to talk about, like devil fruits that might appear in a series, like as far as the different zones, and because we seen a wolf devil fruit, but we never seen like a werewolf devil fruit. So what if it might be one of them? You know, like they went so far as to have a dinosaur and a mammoth. So I mean, what's gonna stop them from having other mythical creatures? And you know, they got phoenixes, and I feel like it's definitely gonna be a dragon. But I don't think dragon is a dragon because just him being a dragon and his name dragon, it'll just be kind of weird.
Oh, yeah.
And it's also that thing with the Ryuma thing, with Kaido might be a dragon, and he got it from like a person before him that had the dragon fruit that got slain by Ryuma.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that'd be pretty crazy too, though. Like,
I mean,
if he
it could
got
be
the
a thing with blood too, where somehow the blood got on him, and then he kind of became it. I mean, I think he even said in that theory that when Blackbeard got his Yami Yami no Mi, when he killed the guy who had it, he got blood all over him. If you notice, they even show it like in the anime, like he has blood all over his like. I mean, I think they showed it in the manga too. He just has blood like all over his body, you know.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, that's really interesting, actually. Yeah, and I think that's the beauty of it. Like, everybody had their own ideas, and we all see things in a different way. And like the way I analyze the series, because One Piece is the whole reason I even started the channel. Like, when I started watching One Piece and seeing, you know, different streams and stuff, I was like, man. And then on top of that, I don't really have people to talk about One Piece with. So it's like I be trying to get a lot of people into it, but it's so hard. Like, I hear a lot of people saying it's hard to get people into One Piece, but it seemed like once you get into it, like you just fall in love with it. Like, I don't know nobody that got into One Piece and was just like, you know, oh, that series trash, or, you know. Because overall, I think One Piece is just like the best anime, just like on the simple fact that they got the action, they got the feels, they got the character development. Like, you actually see characters do things, you know, like Oden has set it up in a way to where he kind of can't go back from it because everybody kind of had their parallels and people who everybody think gonna fight each other in the future. Like, you know, some people think, you know, like Shiryu and Zoro gonna fight. Some people think Frankie, and, you know, just the different matchups. So Oda put himself in a situation to where it's not like some animes to where it's like, oh, you defeated all my friends, I'm not gonna let you do that, I'm gonna beat you up. Like, you know, like like One Piece not set up like that to where everybody try to fight the main bad guy of the arc and get washed, and then Luffy show up like, what did you do to my crew? Like it's set up to where like all of them kind of be doing their own little thing. Like it's showing you that everybody is central, because One Piece, I feel like it's more about teamwork than it is about everybody doing everything on their own. Because Luffy even said it, like he'd be like, if it wasn't for these guys, like, I wouldn't have made it this far, or stuff like that, like it's trying to show you how important everybody is. That's why I don't like when people try to take credit from the Straw Hats, like, oh, Chopper hasn't been doing any doctor stuff. Like I feel like it's a time and a place for all of that, Yeah. And even though he wasn't on the crew at the time when he had cured Nami, but like he do got his doctor feats, And what do y'all think about Caesar Clown joining the Straw Hats?
That would be interesting. I think he can help Frankie build stuff, you know what I mean? Or Usopp build better weapons.
Yeah, like, and I think it'd be like a funny gag if they had to where like he always talking about making like some type of chemical weapons, and then they just be like, dude, we not fucking making no chemical weapons, dude. Like, like just like, I don't know, like some type of gag with him trying to do things that he shouldn't be doing. Like, like, man, this will probably kill us. Like, we're not gonna make that. Like, and I also was thinking, like, where is Caesar gonna go after all of this? You know what I mean? Like, because he not going back to Punk Hazard. He don't have a crew. And I don't think Oda just throw a character away like that, because I feel like Caesar gonna play a big role in Wano, and they still haven't shown Caesar yet. So I've been waiting to see Caesar again at Whole Cake, because I don't think we're leaving Whole Cake without seeing Caesar again. And I also believe he's gonna be in Wano too, just on the simple fact they got them chemical weapons, and he like the perfect counter of them. And I feel like Wano might redeem Caesar. And Luffy might recognize that, and Luffy might be like, "You're not as bad as I thought you were," or something, And
it's
Caesar,
it's gonna have to be a heavy redemption, heavy.
Yeah,
because the stuff he's done, bro. It's like he's experimented on kids, bro. That's like some Nazi shit, dude. Like you're gonna have to do some Jesus stuff to balance out that debt, dude.
Yeah, and I feel like what kind of can help redeem him is like, if you think about it, as far as like him, basically he want to be such a great scientist, like he doing whatever he can to get there. Like it's kind of like he care about that dream so much, like he do whatever he can to achieve it in a way. And I feel like Luffy and them would be like a good way to stir him on a path. Like you can still be the greatest scientist, like without doing it in that type of way, And I can see him like, telling Luffy and them like he don't have nowhere else to go. And I can picture this so much, like, and Luffy saying, "Well, won't you join my crew?" And then everybody looking like, "What?" Like, dude, like I think that'd be pretty funny. And it'd be the Logia, and then Luffy will have every type of devil fruit in his crew, unless they let Smoker join, which I don't think gonna happen. It'd be funny if he asked Smoker to join though. And I think
That'd
that's
weird.
Yeah. And I was thinking too, One Piece interested me also, like when I started watching the series and I'm seeing all these allies that he gathered. Like I feel like the very last like war in One Piece is just gonna be so crazy. Like I think it's gonna be revolutionaries helping Luffy. I think it's gonna be Marines helping Luffy. I think it's gonna be people in the government helping Luffy. It might be some celestial dragons helping him. Like I think like Luffy is gonna have an ally from like every different like like because he just got a way of making allies. So he might change. Like I think One Piece might go in a direction like to where it start having like a Full Metal Alchemist vibe, to where like if it's like somebody corrupt in the Marines and they start doing corrupt stuff, you start seeing like the Marines who do actually have morals, and they start to separate themselves from other Marines. Because you remember how in Full Metal Alchemist, when they found out that the Fuhrer was Wrath, like, and they was all like passing notes and doing all this stuff under their nose, like I feel like we finna start seeing like everybody's morals and stuff in the Marines because I can picture Sengoku not being down with the way Akainu run things. I can see Garp, Fujitora, like a lot of Marines that they shown that don't really seem like bad people. They just kind of going after Luffy because he a pirate. Like it'll be pretty interesting. So, what do y'all think about a Celestial Dragon being Luffy's final villain?
I think that would be interesting, but like I was thinking like more of a what if a celestial dragon has ties with Blackbeard? You know what I mean?
Hmm. Yeah, because Blackbeard hasn't done anything directly towards the government yet, has he?
He hasn't.
That's interesting that you said that, because now that I think about it, he hasn't had no encounters with the government whatsoever, I don't think. Like, it don't talk about him destroying no government base or... And maybe that's why he attacked the revolutionaries, because he would CP Black, they under a secret little group that nobody know about and shit. Like he what if well if Robin wouldn't have had the Water 7 incident, it would have been crazy for her to like have been a Blackbeard pirate the whole time. Like I was thinking about that. Like that would have been crazy. Yeah. And she got a thing for dark colors too, so I can picture like Robin just looking super grimy and be like, oh yeah, by the way, I've been a Blackbeard pirate this whole time. Like that'd be crazy. But the whole crying and taking me with you stuff, like I think if that wouldn't have happened, then I think it would have been a possibility. And also I was thinking too, if Law do betray Luffy, he a damn scumbag because Doffy was finna straight get him out of here and Luffy helped him. So hey man, that'd have to be some mad double crossing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that's I don't think it was nothing else I wanted to say about Blackbeard at the moment because yeah, I did want to say something about that too. Like his relationship with Luffy. It's pretty cool like how Oda set it up to where they was like exactly the same. Like, you know, like they both believe in dreams and all of that stuff. Like that's what make Blackbeard characters so interesting because I'm thinking like
who taught him?
You said who what?
How to be so, you know, in a way I think
like down to earth.
I think Blackbeard, yeah, down to earth, and but like cunning. He's so cunning in a way. They're like for it in a sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and another thing I was thinking too, if you notice, every time Blackbeard like seriously like well, even though he haven't fought like a lot of people with the Will D, but like when I analyze his fight with Ace, like he was more interested in Ace joining him than him actually just taking out Ace. Like it was almost one of them things to where it's just like he feel like, you know, don't waste your abilities for that. Like join me and we can really make some stuff happen, you know. And what kind of backs me up on that is when Luffy attacked him and impaled down, Blackbeard could have fucked Luffy up. Like he could have killed Luffy. Like he could have been like, bro, I'm not gonna play with you, bro. You don't punch me, like, you know. And it don't seem like he just do senseless killing and senseless fighting. Like it's like everything he do is for a reason. Like it's like because it's not like because I mean some people might use the argument like, oh, well, what if he didn't want to get in a full scale fight with Luffy because Magellan was there? Like I feel like Blackbeard don't really care. Like if he really wanted to take Luffy out right there, like I think he would have did it.
Yeah.
Like I feel like he definitely didn't take Luffy out for a reason. So that's what made me think about what if Blackbeard tell him to join him. Like, man, Like, have you seen what happened to us in the Void Century? Like, we got betrayed by everybody. Like, we got to get revenge for the Will of D, you know? Like, that'd be
Yeah.
crazy. I know I say crazy a lot, but that's like the only word I can think of. I don't think I can think of no other word to describe it, but
You think Blackbeard got luck on his side?
yep. I think all the people with the Will of D is lucky to some aspect because even with Law, like him finding somebody like Luffy, like out of all the people to become one of his allies out of the supernovas, like even
Yeah, I
like how he
agree.
showed up to help Luffy, how Luffy showed up to stop Doflamingo from crushing his face, like how he tricked Doflamingo with, you know, thinking he was like dead and all of that stuff, like when he thought he shot Law and all that, like people
Yeah.
with the Will of D seem to be very fortunate and slightly OP in their own right. Like
Seems
I
like
feel
they're all
like people,
pretty tanky.
yeah, because
I
even
mean,
with oh, I you just made me think about something about that about what's his name the giant that saved Robin life,
So,
what was his name?
Sal or Saul.
Jaguar
yeah.
or
Wait, is that Jaguar D Saul? Is that, what's that his name? I thought that was somebody else's
I
name. I
think it
thought
was
Jack.
Sal. It probably was Sal.
yeah,
Yeah.
Jaguar D Sol.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Because I knew somebody had Jaguar in their name. So I had a crazy theory, right? What if Blackbeard, like, let's say if Blackbeard don't have nobody that can read the poneglyphs, even though I feel like it just kind of give Luffy like a cheat sheet in a way if he the only person that got somebody to read the poneglyphs. Like I feel like that'll kind of take away from the story in a way. Because it's just like, oh
Yeah.
man, Luffy got like the only person that can read poneglyphs. So it's like, of course he's gonna find it. Like, you know. So what if Blackbeard don't have somebody and he captures Robin and Aokiji sacrifices his life for her because he remember killing her friend, the little giant dude. Like he end up
Or what if
saving.
Blackbeard? Or what if Blackbeard Kiji to get Robin?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. And Aokiji like just doing it just to, you know, try to, cause I'm curious on what the hell he doing. But I kind of feel like Aokiji gonna die, and that's why I was thinking that it'd be pretty cool to see him like, you know, sacrifice himself for Robin. And then you just see him like breaking away as ice or something, like Blackbeard like kill him, and then you just see the ice crumbling away, and you just see Robin getting
Yeah.
away or something like, and they show like a flashback of him like freezing old dude, and then like, you know, when he was like still smiling and stuff. Like it'll be interesting to see how Kiji like sacrifice himself to save Robin, because I feel like he gonna play a big role in screwing up some stuff for Blackbeard. Like I think he gonna play a crucial part in screwing up some stuff for Blackbeard. Because I think it'd kind of be a waste to just have him join Blackbeard and he don't do anything, and he just find out he's trying to do other stuff and just kill him, you know, like, and he don't do nothing that's gonna like directly affect Blackbeard. Like I don't know, like maybe he might do something to slow down his process or something.
Yeah, I can
Yeah.
see that.
And also, I think I heard a theory about what if Blackbeard like tries to kill him and he do like some type of like, it's, don't they call it like cryogenic, like when you like freeze yourself and like come back to life or something like that.
Oh yeah.
So kind of like a similar way how people think that Blackbeard killed um Marco and he was like resurrected because of the whole Phoenix rising thing.
Yeah.
Like it'd be interesting, like if Aokiji did something to where like Blackbeard think he killed him, but he just kind of like froze himself
Oh, that would be sick.
and he like come back at like the end of the series and they're like, what? Aokiji's alive? Like,
It kind of reminds me of like that Attack on Titan thing where they found that one girl Titan, and they were about to.
She encased herself in that crystal stuff. I know exactly what you're
Yeah.
talking about. Yeah,
Something
I know
like
exactly
that.
what you mean. Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
Like some kind of never melt ice that you just can't even get through, and it just sinks to the bottom of the ocean or something.
Yeah, like
And then it makes like a Superman layer, and they're like, "What is that?" And then like they're like, "Oh, legend has it. Akiji." Nah, I'm just messing around, but
yeah, yeah, that's crazy though. Yeah, that'd be cool though if like something happened like that to where Blackbeard couldn't get to him, or he tricked him into thinking he like froze himself to death or something, like killed himself, and he just shattered, and he like, well, there's no way he could have got away, so yeah,
that is kind of. I just brought that up though. That's kind of weird. I wonder if like Aokiji could make like a ice submarine and like go underwater with it.
that'd be crazy. So how do y'all think Jack getting from the bottom of the ocean? Like, oh, that'd just be weird to see somebody with a ship just pull him up with a crane. Like, all right, come on, man, we're going back to Kaido. Like, because he have to
that would
show
be
up in Wano.
interesting.
Like, because I don't want to just see him just pop up at Wano and Oda just never show us like how he got out of the sea. Like, it'd be like, come on, Oda, man, don't do us like that.
Well, they probably have his fever card, so someone does.
Yeah, matter of fact, speaking of Viva cards, like, have they ever explained how those things work? Like, how can you just make a Viva card of somebody that has a lifespan in it? Like, it's kind of weird. Like, it's a lot of mythical, spiritual, like, ghostly shit going on in One Piece. Like, because I never understood how Sabo just made a Viva card of Luffy or whatever, and like,
I
and
feel
how,
like, yeah. I mean, I think Basil Hawkins is gonna shed a lot of light on like the dark arts.
yeah, I actually think that he is very powerful. Actually, like just seeing him with the whole like, voodoo doll stuff, like how you think you killing him, but it's really somebody else. Like that's just crazy. Like, and what if his crew was set up to where they pledged to like, sacrifice their life for his? Like if like something happens to him and he'd be like the only one left in his crew or something, like they all sacrificed themselves for him to get away. So they think that he dead, but only thing that ends up happening is like all the little dolls that he may have implanted in his crewmates, like just, because they all seem to be on some occult tarot card reader type stuff. And the fact that he can like read them cards and he can see if he got bad fortune and all of that stuff, like he got a lot of potential to be a very powerful person. And speaking of supernovas, like I think Drake gonna play a big role too. I actually think he gonna help Luffy. I don't think he gonna fight against Luffy, but it also would be interesting if he fought against Luffy and them, because we haven't seen a supernova actually be on the same side as the Yonko yet. So what if he be the first supernova we see that's just like I believe in Kaido's dream, but I don't know, like he just don't seem like Kaido just seemed more of like a beastly person. Like it seemed like Kaido like war and fighting and battle and stuff, like, and it don't seem like Drake that type of dude. Like he seemed like one of them like honest, like Captain America good guy type people in a way. Like,
well, he's smart, bro. He's an astronomist and like a scientist and stuff.
Yeah, so that's crazy. Like, because I be forgetting like the little details about the different characters. That's why I want to do more streams just shedding light on characters who, don't really get like a lot of love, like or people don't really talk about their abilities or what they can be capable of. Because I'm still interested in seeing Bellamy again. Because like when he took the Vivre card in the anime, he was acting like, like I'll take it, but I'm not gonna use it, So it'll be interesting seeing him. Oh, also, what if Anel reads like some poneglyph or something, or finds like some information about like the Void Century and like the Will of D, and like that lightning bolt that struck him when Buggy helped him. Like, I mean, when Buggy fought him, like, what if Inaru, like Luffy in a tight situation, and you just see him get struck by lightning, and Inaru knows that Luffy rubber, so he's like, all right, so this attack shouldn't affect Luffy, but it should fry the hell out of everybody else around him. And so you just see a bolt of lightning hit Luffy like out of nowhere, like in a critical situation, and everybody thinking like, dang, like what happened to Luffy? Like, and Luffy not knowing what's going on, and you just see a nail come out of the sky with the little moon pirate people or whatever. Like, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, that'd be dope.
Because I definitely think we're gonna see more of him and Crocodile. Because Oda is one of them artists, like I don't see him just doing things for no reason. And why let Crocodile get out of Impel Down just to help Luffy and Marineford, and we just never see Crocodile again, you know?
Yeah. Oda doesn't. He's the most calculated out of everybody here. Like he knows. He's Goda, bro. He knows all the little tricks he's gonna pull. Mm-hmm. And I think he gets off on it. I think he's like, yo, don't even know, bro. This is gonna be some crazy stuff, dog.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I got a viewer. I wonder who that is.
Shout out to the viewer.
Yeah, man. And yeah, and like Oda, like he has this thing to where he kind of get us focused on one thing and something else always happens. And the whole Stussy thing, like I felt like, what's her purpose? Like, because if her only purpose in this arc was to show that they have like undercover CP0 members in different groups, like I don't know. I don't feel like that's like enough. Like, I don't know. Like, and it seemed like she kind of like hyping things up, like, you know, like, yeah, the Straw Hats, you know, they had that Tamate Bako box, you know, like, yeah, you know, that was them. You know, it's kind of like she trying to spice things up and make it worse, because that's gonna make them be even more angry with Luffy and them, you know, like they're like, oh wait, so that explosion was because of them, you know, like I feel like that's just spicing things up even more, you know.
Right.
Because I was thinking that the only way I could see them becoming allies is if CP0 comes and they take this as a chance to take out the notorious Luffy and the Big Mom Pirates, and they end up having to like work together to like take out CP0 or something.
That'd be sick.
Yeah, like,
that would be dope.
And that can be the thing to justify them working together. So it'd be kind of like one of those, all right, we're gonna team up for this one time, but we still don't mess with y'all like that, you know.
I like that kind of stuff, bro. Like I don't know if you guys messed with like the Pirates of the Caribbean movies for a while they were still pretty good. I don't know, like the old ones and shit. But like it was always situations where it was like the British were coming or some shit, or the Navy, and then like maybe the people like Barbossa and whatever his name was, Jax. They're like, you know what? Yeah, let's get together real quick, bro, because they're about to get smeared on if we don't figure this out real quick. I like that kind of situation.
Yeah, it's like people, they don't really mess with each other, but they kind of come together for a common goal. It's just like, man, well, these are both our enemies, so let's like, you know, team up to take these guys out.
And that's gonna piss the higher ups up. They're gonna be like, what? The Yonko and the worst generation? Oh, this is some, you know.
Yeah, because Luffy known to have like a lot of different allies. Like he got a lot of people that got his back. So I feel like he might be like the first pirate ever to get like a Yonko's assistance or something like that. Because even when Lola said that her mom would help him, like I always used to question, like when I look at this arc, I'd be like, why would she think Big Mom would help them, you know? And it was even interesting when she must have some type of history with Garp because she like Garp's son, grandson, all that stuff. So like she don't seem like she never seemed like she was just trying to kill Luffy. Like I don't know. Like it's almost like she more amused by Luffy than like just, because Big Mom had this whole thing like to where like it seemed like everything is kind of like her plaything in a way, like how she want to have all these different races. So it's kind of like a little girl like playing with like all these toys and just have different ones doing different things in a way.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, cause I really don't see no other way that they would become allies, and like the whole reason of Stussy being there, like, because I think somebody made a good point. Yeah, it was Joy Boy actually. He was like, if Stussy was there just to report some news, he's like, Morgans could have done that. And I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, she have to play another role. Like, I don't know. Like,
yeah, I think the only way I could see it going, and this is a theory I've had just from the last chapter, is that that maybe something's happening where, yeah, it was last time we saw the Straw Hat ships were getting blown up, but let's say they're in the air, or maybe they held on for a moment, and then Sanji calls out to Big Mom and says like, "Hey, you want this cake, bro? Well, I'm the only one that could hook it up. I'm the only one that could give you that cream like that, dude." And or maybe Big Mom might call out to Sanji and be like, or she'll say like, "Grab me that cook." You know what I mean? I want that. I need to have another one of those. And so he might have some bartering rights there. That's the only way I could see it going. Either that or what you said.
Yeah, because and that's pretty interesting too, because I was thinking like they're not gonna be able to recreate that cake. So even if Big Mom don't go down, like she's gonna want that again eventually. And they're not gonna be able to create it, especially if Chiffon's leaving. Ain't no telling what's gonna happen with Puddin'. I mean, like Puddin' is not gonna be able to recreate Sanji's cake. So unless like he makes some type of recipe to where it kind of pacifies Big Mom in a way to where, like, I don't know. Like, cause I don't like maybe that's why he got all them recipes. Like, didn't he have to fight to get all those different recipes? Like, what if he just leave them some type of recipe and maybe that can be a way that they can keep it like, because her whole rage thing has been a big thing this arc, and I don't see them going through this arc without finding some way of curing it, unless they're gonna wait later on in the series to do it.
Yeah, it's kind of like if a girl's thinking about breaking up with you, and she's like, and then she thinks about it, and she's like, man, well, I don't know if I could find someone that hooks it up just like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
It gives you a little bit of breathing room.
Mm-hmm.
So that's how I see it going.
Yeah, because Big Mom really enjoying his cake right now. And like I said, I don't see anybody like I think Big Mom, what if she be like, ain't nobody on my crew made this cake? Like who really made it? Like ain't no telling what she might say. Like, or maybe about the whole soul stuff he was talking about. What if after she done, she just say something like capture Blackleg, like or something like that, and then people like, what? Like I can tell he the one that made this cake. Like, what if she can tell who all made the cake?
Oh yeah.
Like having something to do with like her soul powers. Cause I heard Brago mention something that I heard Brago mention something because I think it was only like one other person that agreed that it was something more going on with how Luffy just went out of Gear 4th like that. And I definitely think it got something to do with Big Mom abilities because I still don't feel like Big Mom abilities has been fully, flushed out.
Oh no.
And Puddin' still hasn't used her memory powers. And then I heard in an anime that it's confirmed that Bobbin's dead, so you ain't gonna get a Bobbins coming to put Big Mom to sleep to save everybody. And even if he did, the problem would still remain. So Big Mom definitely needs to be cured. I think that's the only way she's gonna And you know, when they showed Mother Caramel, like I'm thinking like, wait, is she alive inside of Big Mom? Because I was thinking like, what if it's Mother Caramel that's been controlling her from inside her body this whole time?
Well, that'd be
And
trippy.
Big Mom never had the fruit. It's been Mother Caramel like using her. Because I still think Big Mom gonna find out that she did all this stuff. Because by her saying that this taste is familiar, she never had Sanji, Puddin, and Chiffon cooking together before. Like she never tasted anything they ever cooked. This is the first time they ever cooked together. And I was thinking the fact that she's saying the taste is familiar. What if the familiar taste is of the people she was eating? And now she's repeating the same thing, like she eating her crewmates and shit.
That'd be crazy.
There'd be a
And
big
it's
plot.
like,
That'd be some Night M. Shyamalan action.
wait, what you say? There'd be some what action?
That'd be some Night M. Shyamalan, like a huge twist. You'd be
Oh,
like,
okay.
what? You'd be like, you
Yeah,
thought she was
because
eating the cake? She was eating flesh?
like,
What?
why would she say this taste is familiar? Like, she never had their cooking before in that manner to where they all teaming up to cook for her. So it's like the only
Well,
thing that can be familiar is the fact that she was eating people because she didn't realize she was eating people. So what if that's the taste that she's realizing?
I thought the taste was more of a metaphorical thing about the happiness. The taste is like the happiness she's remembering. It's like,
Oh yeah, that
uh,
could be a thing too.
well, I mean, I'm pretty sure she said something similar to it where she said like, "What's this taste?" And then I think she said something about happiness. I need to look at the panel again, but I'm pretty sure it was more of a nostalgic thing where it's like the taste was so good it brought some kind of happiness that reminded her of that birthday where she was so happy because everyone was there.
Or what
But
if she's
then,
dreaming?
oh, that's true.
And some people were saying, what if that's like putting implanting some type of memory? And maybe
Nah,
that's
but
why
like,
I was thinking this might sound crazy, but what if the Straw Hats like are already gone or something? Even though I kind of don't think they are, but what if that's like what if Puddin was looking sad like that, not only because like, you know, she ain't the one that cooked it, but like she knows that she'd have manipulated everybody's memories and like Sanji and them like already gone. So what if she was like looking sad because Sanji and them like already gone and like she the only one that knows that they not there anymore, and people thinking that they taking them out and stuff.
Yeah, the whole pudding thing throws a big wrench in everything because nothing could be permitted as it is. It always could be some kind of weird illusion going on. This whole arc is just trippy, dude. It's like
Yeah, it is. It's very different, and I think that's why like some people kind of don't like it because it's actually really really different. You know,
it's just
like
Alice in Wonderland. It's just like Disney. It's just like it's it's freaky. Like it's gonna make it's like walking into a fun house. That's what it reminds me of. Like it's just like you never know what's gonna happen, and you know what I mean.
yeah,
yeah,
and it's funny you said that too because I was thinking like the people that Oda chose to put on Whole Cake Island, you know, the cook, the doctor, you know, all the people that can kind of either nerf or help Big Mom in some type of way. And I was thinking, this just kind of like not a troll comment, but this just kind of like something I was just thinking about one day. I was like, I was trying to picture the arc if Usopp was there. Like, I think that'd have been some funny ass shit because just the way Usopp act when they other places, like him being on the Yonkos territory, like I think that would have been the funniest thing ever, man. Like, I think it'd have been so many funny moments with Usopp if he was in Whole Cake. Like, that'd have been some funny stuff, man.
yeah.
But he gonna be there with Kaido, so I mean that's gonna be even better to see. Like, dude, gonna be like, bruh, we in a Yon, we about to fight a Yonko. Like, what the, you know?
Yeah.
And
Hey,
he
bro. I
look.
just wanted to say also. Oh, sorry. Go
Oh,
ahead.
go ahead, bro. Go ahead. I wasn't
No,
gonna
my
say
my
much.
thing was off topic a little bit, bro. I was just
Oh, it's fine. Go ahead, bro.
no, I was just gonna say, bro. I just want to say shout out to you, Realm, bro. This stream's pretty sick, dude. I mean, Don Tom has been telling me for a while that you wanted to drop a Blackberry theory, and It's cool you could come together, talk about this kind of shit. It's always tight, dude.
Yeah, man, because
Yeah.
like, like I would be a little more motivated if I actually had like, people watching, but usually when I'm streaming, it always says 0 viewers. So, it'd be like, damn, like, if I had viewers and stuff, like I'd definitely be more motivated to stream more. And, I'm just trying to really get the swing of it, And
No,
and
yeah.
I always been thinking real in depth about One Piece, and I listen to everybody's stream, Brago, Dustin, King of Light, like everybody. Like I listen to all the theory videos, all the reverie videos, like, and I'm always paying attention to what people talking about, and I also pay attention to things that people don't bring up sometimes. And I think that's kind of where, like, I kind of wanted to be like one of those people that just kind of, I don't know, like an information broker, low key. Like, like I just love information, like, and that's why I'm kind of more into theories and, trying to predict certain things and, talk about possible foreshadowings for the future, just like the in-depth things about One Piece. Like, because like I said, I don't have nothing against the power scaling. Like, I plan on, being in one of them. I probably won't make one of my own, but I definitely wouldn't mind being in one because my reasoning for putting certain characters over other characters might, bring a different little vibe for some people. Because even some of my favorite characters in One Piece aren't like the most talked about characters. Like, because actually Corazon, actually, aka Roshinade, but that's actually my favorite character of One Piece. Like my top favorite character. Like I think his character design dope. Like the whole backstory with him and Law, like put me in the feels. Like when he let Law stab him and like how he was being mean to Law just kind of because he didn't want him to be there because he knew what type of dude Doflamingo was. Like, because like I done been in like situations, and I think another reason why I like Corazon because I grew up in the hood and stuff around a lot of gangs and stuff like that, and because I'm from St. Louis, and St. Louis is just a crazy place, man. I mean, like people just crazy in St. Louis, dude. Like, I mean.
Right.
Some of the meanest people you'll meet, like just even saying hi to people, they'd be looking at you like, bro, what are you talking to me for? Like, you like, I just said hi, like, and when I was younger, like I never really understood why like some of the older dudes used to be mean towards me. When I used to try to be around them, they'd be like drinking or smoking or shooting dice or something. And they'd be saying something like, man, get y'all little ass on. Like, but when I got older, I started realizing that they just didn't want us getting caught up in their mix. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of these dudes, be having people after them and stuff, and they have a reason for being mean to you. You thinking they just a mean person, but they really looking out for you. They like, hey, if somebody shoot up here, I don't want you getting hit because they after me or, stuff like that. And so that whole Corazon and Law thing, it just resonated with me like on a whole nother level. And I was just like, man, like that was just some deep stuff. Like how he did all that stuff for Law, like, cause I thought he was just like a mean dude at first, when they were showing him like, he's smoking and just chilling in the chair, fucking kick Law out the window. Like, I was like, what the, like, like, I was like, this dude crazy, man. And seeing everything, like, he went against his own blood to save Law, and I think that's a clear indication of like, just because you family with somebody don't mean that they gonna have your best interest, like, because I know people who family that stole from them, then did all type of things, Oh, and something else I wanted to bring up to y'all. I definitely wanted to keep my channel like strictly anime, even if we stray off on some real life, like, scenarios, like that's different. But, like I don't really want to have streams about anything other than like animation and manga and stuff because I name myself Realm because I feel like Realm is so many different realms in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like you got the people that's in that realm of drugging and partying and whole syrup and lean culture, you know. Then you got the realm of people that's just into anime. You got the realm of people that's really into sports. You got the realm of people that's really into like technology. And you know, I want to keep people into like an animation realm because I feel like we got to deal with work and kids and life and stuff every day, you know. And I don't want us going through that every day just for people to come to my channel and be reminded of how crappy life is, you know. And that's why like I wanted to be that channel that people can come to and just clear their mind, like, yeah, I know all he gonna talk about is anime, so I just listen to this stream and fall asleep or something, you know. Like,
Yeah.
so I definitely wanted to, you know, say that, you know.
Yeah, I like that vibe, bro. I like how it's just like I like how it's like streams like this. Like I never met you around, but you seem pretty chill, bro. And like I like this kind of shit because the community. I think you mentioned in the beginning, the community is kind of what brought me to this too. And then like you meet these people that are like up and comers, and then people who have been in it for a while. Like, I mean, people like Martin. I mean, he brought me into this stream. I wouldn't have met you. Like, it's just sick, dude. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, it'd be cool to get like a bunch of other people, a bunch of random people too, like people that are like up and coming too, but more in it, like Stebo, like these kind of people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. And see, and that's actually was my goal because, like, you know, when, like, you know, because if or when I'm on a level with people like Roger and Brock and them, you know, like you know, 3K and up type subs, you know, just like crazy subs. Like, I don't want like, you know, people that's more on a lower tier of, you know, the community as far as like, you know, it's being known. Like, I don't want to feel like, oh, I'm too good to stream with people like y'all, so I'm only gonna have the Bragos and the King of Lightnings and Joy Boys in my stream, you know, like, because I feel like no matter how popular a person's channel may be, it may be somebody out here that's way more interested in them that only got like 2 subs. You might be like, dang, like where this dude come from, you know? And like I said, I'm more interested in the conversation because that night that I had talked to Brago in Discord when we was all talking, like, you know, he was saying, I think he mentioned something about like he haven't had like a good like One Piece talk, you know, without like all the toxic conversation and back and forth, you know, in a while. And I feel like, you know, just some regular One Piece talk and, you know, theory talk could kind of be a breath of fresh air for people, you know, because I don't really see people doing like theory streams with just everybody, you know, all coming together on, you know, theories that they have of a certain character or a certain outcome, you know.
That's always badass. I think we dropped a bunch of theories in this one, and everyone kind of heard it with open ears, like, yeah, all right, and then you just keep on moving. You hear it, you know.
Mm-hmm. And it may help reinforce one that you had and be thinking like, yeah, okay, I knew I was on the right track.
Yeah.
And yeah, you know, it's just, I don't know, it's just really interesting because it's so much to talk about with One Piece than just power scaling and who can beat who and who's a bad matchup for who, and Luffy shouldn't have beat this person and he can't beat that person and he needed law for this and that. You know, like it's just more to One Piece than just that, you know. And I feel like this would be a good way, you know, for us to, you know, knock down the door with just all these crazy theory streams and stuff, you know, like just spouting out everybody's stuff. Cause I'm not gonna look at nobody's ideas as like, oh, that's stupid. Like, I don't know why you would think of that. Like, you know, like it's like everybody had their own way of perceiving things, you know, everybody see things in a different way. And that's why I love to have a lot of people that's into those kind of conversations. Cause really, if you kind of look at everybody's channel, like it seemed like everybody kind of have people in their streams on the regular that kind of have the same way of thinking, low key, if you know what I mean. Like it's kind of like, or the people that's into the same stuff as you, like the people that's into the power scaling. Because I remember King saying something like he's more of a power scaling guy than theories. And I think and it's not shitting on nobody who like power scaling, but I think it takes more creativity to come up with a theory than it does to just give your opinion on why you think a character is stronger than them based on what you've shown, you know? So I feel like it's a lot to gain from, you know, people who do have their thoughts about certain theories and, you know,
I think
like
it's more
different.
fun too.
Yeah, I think it is too, because, you know, it's more conversation and you get more in depth into the series. Like, you know, like it ain't just like oh, Luffy only won because he was rubber against a nail, and is it like, you know, like I like to analyze it to where it's like, okay, you see a nail still up and moving, so you think Oda just gonna not show this guy again? Like, do people really think these characters not getting no stronger? Do people really think Rob Lucci's still at the same level he was? Like, you know, and I think One Piece has also shown us like you really can get a lot done with teamwork, man. Like I remember somebody told me what they said to me one day when I was at work. He was like, "Teamwork makes the dream work," and I was like, "Dang, I ain't never heard nobody say that before." And and he actually right. I mean, like when you have good teamwork and stuff, man, like you can make a lot of things happen. You know, like.
Yeah.
And I think, and I just want to be one of them channels, you know, where people can just come and relax and be like, yeah, I know Ram gonna find something out of the blue to talk about, because I'm telling you, bro, like this is only like a small fraction of the ideas that I have for things. It's just, you know, like I said, like once I get more subs and, you know, I actually be like, you know, when I come in, I actually got people, you know, ears listening, you know.
Yeah.
I feel you. I mean, I'm on that same train, bro. It's like, I think right now I'm around 26 subscribers. And, you know, I just put in that grind, bro. I enjoy doing it, but it's like, there is a kind of thing where it's like, yeah, like no one's really watching it. I think my first video got like close to 200 views. I was like, all right, we're cooking. And then like,
that's what's up.
and then like it kind of like dropped off. I'm not too sure why, but I think, you know what? I think it's because Brago retweeted my first one, which is pretty sick of him, bro. I always give him props for that. I was humbled, but
Okay.
you know, it's just kind of that grind, bro. Like you kind of have to do it unless if you just want to. You know, it's you know what I mean.
Yeah, like yeah, you definitely got to have a passion for it to keep going. Like, cause you know, like, cause I was supposed to do this spring stream last week, but I'm kind of glad that I did it this stream. Wait, Tom, did you say that Ren was gonna join last time, or was it somebody else that was supposed to join? Because I know Virgo was supposed to have joined. I don't know.
I think it was. I think it was Ren.
Martin
and
invited me last time.
Yeah.
I think he was gonna invite other people too, but I've been knowing about your Blackbeard discussion for a while now.
Oh, okay, that's what's up, man. Yeah, and I ain't want to make it seem like, you know, I ain't about what I'm talking about, you know, like saying,
no. Yeah.
Hey, let's do this, and then everything didn't work out because I know it's my stream, but I'd rather have it to where I do have people like y'all in it that actually want to participate and speak y'all piece on these things. Like, you know, I ain't just want to jump on here without all the people wanting to be in the stream present. So it's not one of them things where I'm looking at it like, oh, I'm making my streams on other people's time or stuff like that. Like, I'm just one of the people, like, I like to make sure everybody good. You know what I'm saying? So I'm one of them people, if one person not going, then it just kind of throw the whole mood off. Because if I'm expecting all these people to be there and only 6 people show up out of 200 people, I'm like, maybe we should wait until the other people get here and then we can do this. You know, like I don't like to leave people out or nothing like that. Like I like everybody to be a part of, you know, what I'm doing.
Yeah, me too.
So that's why I'm kind of interested on how, you know, once I do start getting more known, you know, like, I don't know, I just wonder what type of impact I'm going to have on the community, because I'm not like a confrontational person. So I don't really do all that smart talking and, you know what I'm saying, all that stuff, because I'm trying my best not to, you know, talk about personal stuff in streams and stuff. But it's like, you know, I done been through that street stuff. Like, I ain't got time for all that tough, oh, I'm behind the camera, that's why I'm talking crazy to you. Because them same people, if they didn't have guns or if they wasn't typing, they wouldn't be saying those type of things in your face, you know?
Right.
And
yeah,
I think that's one of the things that annoy me the most about social media. Like, it's kind of became like real life, and it's like real life has became social media. So it's kind of like, oh, if you're not popular on Facebook, then you're a nobody, or if you don't have this many followers, like people just don't look at you as, like I feel like it's too many idol worshiping things going on. Like people looking up to these people that don't even care about us. You know what I'm saying? Like, and
Yeah.
and it's just too much of that going on. Like, because I had caught Dustin stream earlier where they was talking about the Safari dude crying about being robbed or whatever. And
Yeah.
my whole take on stuff like that, like I actually typed it in Dustin's chat. I said it's a lot of people that act like they with the shits, but all they can do is piss. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like you ain't even really about that life, dude. Like don't like I don't like when people have to pretend and fit in. And that's another thing. Like, I was so happy like when I got into my mode of like not caring what people think and all of that, because I used to be self-conscious of that thing. Like, dang man, I don't want girls knowing I'm into anime. And, I used to think like that. Like think like, oh, people just gonna think I'm some little weird little nerd or something. But
Yeah.
it's a point in time where you gotta kind of have to not really worry about what people think. Like, like people gonna think what they think. And I've been into animation and martial arts and all of that stuff. I was actually training in jiu-jitsu for about a year, in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. Like, I always been into that type of stuff, man. Like karate movies, Power Rangers, Three Ninjas, like anything with karate and martial arts, like some type of combat using weapons, like all that stuff was always interesting to me. That's why I love animes like Samurai Champloo. I like Kenichi.
Yeah, I'm into like Brazilian jiu-jitsu too. I did like a few. I never went to actual like dojo, but I would do like open mats because I wrestled like in high school and shit. So like I've always been more of like interested in like groundwork and shit like that. So that's pretty sick, dude. You hopped in.
Yeah, man, that stuff really works, man. Like, I actually got a funny story I want to tell y'all. So, I was at well, this all leading into that. So I was at work one day, and y'all know the LP people at like the loss prevention people at places like Sears, Kmart. They all got their little loss prevention people that be dealing with the people that's stealing and stuff like that. And it was this guy named Alan, and people was like, yeah, man, I love to see somebody try to get away from Alan. And I'm like, wait, what's so special about that guy? He just looked like a regular guy to me, and that's what's crazy. Like, you just never know who know what these days. That's why I don't just go messing with people either. But and they was like, yeah, man, he crazy at jujitsu. And I was like, what? And so one day I pulled him to the side. I was like, man, I heard you know jujitsu. Like, I want to learn this stuff. I always been interested in martial arts. And he was like, all right, man, you can I train you, just be serious, and his sons, I mean, they are crazy at it, man. Like, they doing judo, they got all type of first place trophies. Like, I mean, like, them little dudes got mad potential, man. Like, like, and it's so funny because his one son got this like Bruce Lee demeanor, and he kind of looked like him. And I was like, man, this dude straight reminds me of Bruce Lee, man. Like, and it just goes to show you how powerful some of those moves are, because he had his son put me in the what's that move called? The armbar.
Right.
And he was leaning back holding my arm, and then my trainer was like, try your hardest to get out. And it's just the way your leverage is shifted across the person's body. Once you get in certain moves, like, because jujitsu not one of them things to where they can teach you a move to get out of moves. They only can teach you things that can prevent you from getting caught in moves. So it's not some special technique that you can do to get out of moves. Some of the moves, man, once you in it, you are done, bro. Like, if that person have any intentions on snapping your arm and stuff like that, dude, you are done, man. Like, that stuff, it don't matter. Yeah, it don't matter how strong you are, bro. Like, you'll be on that ground like, I can't move, like, and this dude like 100 times weaker than you, and you're like, what is this,
Yeah, it's built for the smaller man too, like to be able to do work on people that are way people that you wouldn't have business doing. That's why I think it's important also to like get into like wrestling and shit, because you got to somehow get it to the floor, or judo or sambo or whatever the fuck. But like, I mean, it's trippy. I mean, I live in East LA, and like out here, I mean, jiu-jitsu has just become like this huge thing. I mean, what with the UFC and this guy named Eddie Bravo that like pretty much invented. He's like an innovator. He makes all these new, like he makes these techniques. I mean, I'm not. I'm like more of like a fan of it. Like I did some roll like open mats, but I've never got a belt or anything like that. But it's tricky.
But you still learned like some techniques and stuff, though. Like I know what you mean.
Right. I mean, because of my wrestling background, like the thing is with me is I just want to know some of the tricks so that if I ever do have to do something like that, I could get it to the ground and then know what to do.
Exactly. And if they don't know if they don't know jujitsu, 9 times out of 10 they toast anyway. Like, cause most people ain't used to fighting on their back. Like man, it's just like the worst feeling in the world. Like being tired while somebody mounted on you, trying to put you in a submission, and you just like, damn, man, I gotta get this mug off of me, man. Like. And when I was saying I had a funny story, I actually didn't get to it. But basically, what ended up happening was I was sparring with somebody, and we basically did everything but strike each other. And he had me in an arm triangle, and I kind of knew I was got, but I'm kind of like one of those people you would see in a movie or something, like he should have tapped out, but he didn't. And then they wake him up, and everybody's just like, hey, you all right, bro? Like... Like, cause he just don't give up. Like, that's how I was. Like, I just kept thinking to myself, like, cause I mean, like, he had me, bro. Like, my arm was, all the way back here, and I'm just thinking to myself, like, man, my vision going dark, like it'll like go dark, and then I can see, and then my vision will go dark, and I'm thinking, like, dang, man, am I about to be knocked out? And then I'm just thinking, like, man, I gotta get loose though, man. I can't just stay like this. And then next thing I knew, I was waking up, like, I'm like, man. Like, so yeah, I know how it feels to be knocked out. So I also know if your vision start going dark, you finna be out of there soon, within like the next 10 seconds.
It's trippy because you won't even know when you went out, and
you really do forget what happened to you, bro. Like I kind of didn't know what happened. Like my memory had to catch back up and be like, bro, you got choked out. No, like, oh yeah, I remember.
The trippy part, it's not even the air that's the problem. It's the blood. You shut off all the blood to the head, and so that's why your mind just goes blank and you forget. I mean, I'm a huge UFC fan, so I'm always making connections to like. With One Piece and the UFC and shit. Like one of my early theories on Snake Man before it came out, I thought Luffy was gonna be like a BJJ form. I literally made a theory because on one of his Oda's SPSs, he talked about the ethnicities of each of the people. I think Sanji's French and Zoro's Japanese
and Luffy Brazilian.
Luffy's Brazilian, bro. So I wanted to see him like kick off his sandals and start choking people out, and snapping people up.
It would have been interesting to see Luffy have like an Eddie Gordo type style. Like he used that capoeira stuff because I think they said that originated when slaves was in Brazil, was pretty much like disguising it as dancing. So the whole time they just thinking they just dancing around, but they can beat the crap out of you with that stuff. Like.
It's funny you brought up BJJ because that was my first theory that like I ever made.
Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, man, that's interesting stuff though, man. Yeah, so it's like I definitely like I said, man, I just love that stuff, man. Oh yeah, by the way, I think the only technique that I was like the best at catching people with was because my sensei had mentioned it one day. He's like, is that gonna be like your signature move or something? What's the one choke? Not the rear naked choke. The guillotine choke. I finished so many people with the guillotine. Like it's crazy, bro. Like it's just like I don't know. It just was like a natural thing. It's like their neck was just right there, and I'm just like, don't he know that I can just guillotine him? Like, and that's why he was teaching us to like keep your chin tucked and stuff like that. So.
I used to do that before I even found out about jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, me too,
naturally.
Bro. And it's pretty dope too because like it teaches you in jiu-jitsu, you want to lock your legs around them so they can't posture up. like, because you never want the person posturing up. That's why they used to always stress to us, make sure you keep that head control. And I used to hear all that stuff because I used to watch the Ultimate Fighter, where people get eliminated and all that. Like, I used to watch like every season, man. That Rampage and Rashad season was so funny, dude. Like man, they was about to fight like every episode. Like, man, that was some funny stuff, dude.
I love all that stuff too, bro. The thing about the guillotine though is the only way you can really, unless somehow you're just some kind of freak and you can get through it, the only way to really get out is to kind of like try to slam them, and that takes like a gorilla to do that kind of shit.
Yeah, like that stuff Rampage be doing. I just seen him do that to somebody.
Oh yeah.
Like they have him in a headlock and he just picks him up and just boo. Like you'd be like, man, like.
And John Jones. You watch John Jones?
Yeah, man, that dude is an amazing fighter, man.
He has a savage guillotine. Like, if you ever watch his fight with Lyoto Machida, like, he has him in a guillotine, and you think he's just holding there for just to, like, catch a breath. And next thing you know, Lyoto just hits his nose against the canvas, dude. He just went out. Like that. Lights out.
I'm going to have to watch that fight, because I think that's one of his only fights I haven't seen. And he's very unorthodox too. Like you just never know what he gonna do. Like he have you on the ground and act like he gonna do something. And he just boom come up with an elbow out of nowhere in the face, and you just like damn, like you just never know what the dude gonna do.
I like his fighting because he started fighting when he was 19, and he didn't really get raised with all this like, boxing. Like you have to fake left, do this and that, feint this and that. Nah, he's like he grew up watching like anime and shit. So he goes out there, he does like.
That's funny though. Yeah, man, and that's why, like I wanted to have my channel just like a breath of fresh air, man. It's just like I've been at work all day. I don't want to jump in the stream hearing somebody talk about politics, and like it's like people's whole purpose of watching anime is kind of like to escape or just to have something, something to do, like a hobby or
But I get where it comes from. Like with Dustin, like I know he does his current events and stuff, and I think some people like his personality, so they're like, yeah, I want to hear what else he has to say about life and shit.
Yeah, which is very interesting. Yeah, I give Dustin mad props for that. I was actually in one of them before. I can't remember which one it was. But yeah, like, everybody kind of got their own thing. That's why I said, like, I ain't the type of person that try to shit on what people do. It's just like, oh, what I'm doing is better, or it's better for the community than what you're doing, or,
Right.
Because some people like to talk about real life stuff. Because some people, like, actually, he said that today. Like, he's like, he don't really have people to talk about real life stuff with. But, like, some of my real life stuff that I be thinking about and, like, conspiracies and stuff, like, I'm so way out there. Like I have so many people like this dude's the devil. Like, just some of my thoughts on the way the world work. I'd be like, if people knew some of the stuff going on in my mind, they'd be like, yeah, he's the devil. Like, and not saying like I think about evil stuff, but I'm saying like, when people don't really open their eyes to what's really going on in the world, like everybody think.
I'm the same way. I'm open to all that shit. I really don't. I really hear everything out. I'm not like one of those dudes that's gonna, like, all of a sudden you say something and I've grew up listening to something, thinking a different truth, and then I'll be like, nah, fuck you. That's not the way I believe. Like, I'm always gonna hear it out and just kind of do the research into it, because I'm not like people. I hear what you're saying about the devil, because it's like some of the shit you might say, it's like they've just never heard it. It just sounds like blasphemy.
Yeah, bro. Like it really catches a lot of people off guard, because a lot of these people got this, oh, I'm a God fearing this and I'm a this and that. But like what really kills me about like the religion stuff, like, because I grew up in the church and stuff, and a lot of that stuff just never really made sense to me. Like I was thinking, like, if God already knows what we're gonna do, and he already knows all of these things, he already knows your intentions, what is the point of a test if you already know the person has to answer, or if you already know they're gonna fail? That's just like me seeing the future, and I'd be like, okay, Ren and Tom gonna be in the stream with me, but then I do something to sabotage it, even though I knew it was gonna be good, or you know what I mean? Like it's kind of like,
yeah,
I think people so afraid of like divine retribution, like they think if they go against what they've been told their whole life, like some people gonna come out the sky and just and they just get smited like Inaru. I think like that's like what people be believing, like, oh man, it's going against God. But one of my biggest things, I was like, churches, they collect so much money, bro. Like, and money is man-made. Like that has nothing to do with God. But then they say you have to pay tithes and stuff like that. That's why this stuff used to confuse me. I'm like, what does God have to do with money? Like, like
There's definitely a lot of motives and control going on right there, dude.
yeah, and they know a lot of people, like who wouldn't want to be in heaven? Like, like the way they described it, or like hearing all the things. So if these people think giving the church 10% of this or 5% of that is gonna help them get there, like they're gonna do it. And I think they play on people's intelligence in a way because they kind of use God in a way to get money. I'm not saying every pastor is crooked.
I think they exploit people's fear sometimes too.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's fair because it's like I feel like if God came down today and said, "Oh, by the way, hell doesn't exist, so it doesn't really matter," like a lot of these people will not be at church every Sunday. Like most of the people that tried to get me into it was saying, "You don't want to go to hell, do you? You don't want to go to hell, do you?" Like. And it's like, if not going to hell is your only reason for being a good person, then you're not really a good person. So,
I mean, it was built in a time of not necessity for it, but it definitely brought order. I mean, it was probably people were sleeping with each other's partners and then slaughtering their whole family and then just you know what I mean, evil and shit. So I think this kind of brought some kind of fear and some kind of comfort for a lot to kind of just lean on, and I think a lot of the teachings are obviously, and most religions are the main religions are, there's something to learn from them, but
yeah, because it's like great literature, like and it's a lot like that people be having like a lot of good morals, like a lot of good stuff in it, but like I just kind of don't like what it do to people, because it's kind of like everybody just waiting on Jesus and Muhammad to save everybody, but nobody's really not trying to be a good person and make it a better world. It's like, yeah, I know this guy next door to me be raping women every Tuesday, but I'm gonna just pray for him. You know what I mean? Like it's like we're not really doing anything to make the world better. It's like we just waiting for God to do all the work. If you get what I mean, like it's like people not really going out of their way to help people out anymore. Like nowadays, like people so selfish. Like
that's kind of the thing with like sometimes when I hear people say like, oh, that they're miserable or they're depressed or this and that. Like I'm one of those guys where it's kind of like yeah, like I'm definitely gonna try to help you if I'm looking out for you and everything, but at the same time, it's like I need to know that you're trying to do things to make a change. I need to know that you know what I mean, like you're not just looking for like a comfort blanket here, bro. Like you need to get up, you need to do something, bro. Do something to change how you feel.
Mm-hmm. Instead of just sitting back, like I said, like it's like they done got humanity to the point to where we not really trying to change anything. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we just sitting on and waiting on these mythical people to come and make the world a better place instead of the people. Like, cause I feel like it's gonna take the people, and I feel like all these races and all these color games and all this stuff going on in the world, like that's just all a distraction. Like because I never been one of those people that believe like, oh, this group of people is evil or that group of people, or like all that racist stuff and all that, just all that craziness. Like I feel like it's just divide and conquer. Like, because if we all was realizing like, wait, we all getting played by the government.
Yeah.
How about we just team up and get rid of them, and then we'll figure this shit out? You know what I'm saying? Like they don't want people thinking like that. That's why even with the cartoons nowadays, like it's just really dumbing people down. Like the cartoons getting crazier and crazier. Like they ain't really making quality cartoons like they used to. And that's another thing I liked about anime. Like anime has like this like such a like a real life feel to it. You know what I mean? Like it's just so different. Like that's why I be telling people like anime is like the best shit ever, bro. Like it's nothing better than anime. Like like it's nothing you can watch that can outdo like anime. Like like it's just like, you know, of course it'd be good movies and stuff, but you know what I mean? Like as far as animation goes, like it's so much depth into anime. It's like watching Naruto and stuff, like how Rock Lee never gave up after he was injured and stuff. Because
Yeah.
because I told myself I wasn't gonna mention this, but I mentioned it anyway. But most people probably ain't gonna watch it to the end anyway. But anyways, I had a situation and this little crazy ass dude shot at me or whatever. And make a long story short, it messed up my femur bone, like the bullets and shit. So it pretty much shattered my femur bone. So I was on some Rock Lee shit where I couldn't like walk. And they told me that I almost had to have a prosthetic leg.
Wow.
And ever since then, like it just made me appreciate life more because that's why I actually wanted to make a stream to say I have the will of D because it's kind of funny because my middle initial is a D. And I've been in a lot of life and death situations, and I be just sitting back asking myself, like, how am I still alive? You know what I'm saying? Like, I be thinking, like, is it just some greater purpose? Like, you know, because when somebody shoot at you 17 times and you only get hit by 3 bullets, like, that's pretty crazy, bro.
That's craziness, man.
And ever since then, like, and that's why I kind of felt for Edward having that auto mail and stuff in Full Metal Alchemist because you know they had to replace, you know, some of my bone with a rod, you know, so and I was like calling myself Full Metal, you know, just to be funny and stuff. And I was thinking like this should be my nickname, Full Metal. It's like because my leg do ache and shit, like when the weather change and all of that stuff, you know, like. And you know, and I had a point in time where I straight couldn't walk. Like I was straight ready to give up on life. I was like God, like why would you even keep me alive if I ain't gonna never be able to walk again? You know, like it was just crazy, man. And it just goes to show you, like you don't have to be a bad person for bad things to happen to you, you know. And that's also why I used to think like, is this all really just a design? You know, like is it just some people are just meant to be sheeple, like just meant to be led astray, and they are never awakened to actually think for themselves. You know, I be thinking like, well, some of us just created to be crazy and murderers and killers and gamers and anime lovers. You know, like because I be thinking like, if I can think like this, why can't other people? You know, and then to take it even further. If I'm thinking like this and God's supposed to be way more superior than me, then he should have already thought about this, or she could have already thought about this. So it's kind of like, what's the big holdup? Like the world is in chaos. Like we need God more than ever right now. Like, you know, but I was also
it's crazy to think that, dude, because everyone, I mean, some people go by this idea that everybody's consciousness, we're all each other, and that we're all could have been each other, just raised in with different circumstances, different nurture, with different genders. You know, we're just, a lot of people think we're just different cuts of the same diamond, and that we're just all the same. But some people were led this way, that way. You zigged when you should have zagged, and then you're over here. Next thing you know, you're the one behind a gun trying to shoot me, and I'm just this guy that is seeking to better themselves, to do this and that. It's like, I mean, I've been in a situation similar to you, bro. I mean, that's crazy that happened to you. I mean, it's still lucky that you came away with your life. If 17 bullets came at you, that's fucked up. But like, I mean, I grew up here in East LA, which is predominantly just it's a Latino neighborhood, and I mean, I've come home twice where I'm coming home pretty late, and I normally I don't like to do it because like parking is pretty fucked up, so you have to park way far away. And there's been 2 situations. One time I was coming down the hill and I heard all bullets and shit just whizzing past my fucking car. Must have been like 2 gangs fighting each other, but I was going right through the shit, so they probably thought I was part of it.
Damn.
And I just heard that shit. That's such a that's a nasty sound, huh? That it's
Yeah,
like
bro, like feeling bullets whistle past you and stuff like that. Yeah, man, because
that's some fucked up shit.
and what was even crazier about it, like it just shows like I don't know, like sometimes I be feeling like, man, like am I an anime character? Because I be like, man, like death, like I don't fear death. Like even when that happened to me, like it's like it wasn't like I was scared. Like I was more worried about my femur being broken than the fact that I just got shot at and I'm bleeding to death. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like the whole time I'm like, man, this motherfucker, I threw my hat. I'm like, this motherfucker that broke my motherfucking leg, stupid motherfucker. You know, like it's just like, you know, some people would expect me to just kind of be like a sheltered person after that. And I think I probably inspired a lot of people to be like, dang, like this dude got shot and he still walking around like nothing happened, you know, because life still goes on, you know, like if you're gonna kill me, you know, you know, like I'm not finna run around hiding and not living my life. Like that's why I didn't like to live that like street stuff, even though I was low key a part of it, but like it follows you everywhere you go, you know, because somebody can see me with my daughter and be like, hey, this the dude that I fought in high school, and then start shooting at me or something, you know, like some people hold on to dumb grudges and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I can see what you're saying about being in anime, bro. I felt the same way. Like one time I was there's a park, and across the street there's a church, and I'm at this park, and I met this dude that's like he's a local boxer. He's like undefeated and shit. We're talking, we're doing like pull ups, just doing like circuits and shit. And then all of a sudden, bro, pa 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 pa. We look across the street. We're trying to figure out what the fuck happened. Two people on the floor, bro, and you could already hear the cops in the distance. Someone got blasted in dead daylight, bro, in front of everybody, right in front of the church. And I must be like fucking 50 feet from it, bro, doing like pull ups. And I'm like, is this real, dude? Is this real reality right now, bro?
yeah, man,
You know,
it's crazy, man, and
this is fucked up, dog. Like, this is what we're doing, bro? Like, in fucking front of a church, you're just gonna shoot people, fucking.
and
It's like,
that's why One Piece is like a perfect, like Luffy life is like a perfect indicator, like that's like a perfect way to like describe my life, like because it's funny because one day my uncle, I was talking to my uncle on the phone and he was like, you know what, like he like, because I had got him into One Piece and he was like, he like, you know what, you remind me of Luffy. Like you always was able to make friends out of like everybody you met. Like you used to be cool with like everybody and stuff. And I was like, it's pretty crazy because it was like that. And I'd have been in like a lot of like crazy situations to where it'd be like, what? So do I got plot hacks? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like whoever created me, is they just like, oh, I'm gonna write it to where he can make it through this, but he gonna die at this point. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, so that's why I feel for Luffy. Like some people really is just lucky like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause you got people out here still murdering people and they ain't been in jail once. And it's like, what? Like, ain't nobody killed them, ain't nobody captured them or nothing. Like they just run around killing people. They just never
oh
get caught.
yeah,
You know?
there's murders, bro. Just and they get away with it too, bro. Don't think they don't get away with it. There's tons of people that get away with this shit. I mean, even where I live, like the most prominent gang is MSJ13, and they're a Latino gang, but
Yeah, I heard about them. Yeah, they ain't no
they're pretty
fucking
much
joke.
tied in with the drug cartel. They're one of the main, like, kind of hands that reaches out from Mexico into of it, and it's scary shit, bro. I mean, if you talk shit about them, I mean, you'll be easily gone within a week, bro, and no one's gonna say shit. No one's gonna catch anybody. It's just that's it. So
Yeah, and that's like, yeah, man, like gangs or and you know, it's kind of interesting, like, cause everybody's reasoning for joining gangs is kind of like a double-edged sword, cause you got like all of these people backing you, but at the same time, you're gonna inherit all of their beef. So it's kind of like you with these people, but at the same time, you can get screwed over from being friends with them because people are like, oh, he cool with that one guy. But that's why I kind of don't like that senseless killing that people doing. Now it's a totally different story if somebody tried to kill you and then you get them first or whatever. Like I'm not saying it's okay, but you know I get where that's coming from. But like if you trying to get like if you trying to shoot Cyborg, but you see all of these other people next to him, why won't you just wait for him to walk off and then get him? Like, why are you gonna shoot on the porch with like 80 kids on it? You know, like it's that type of senseless stuff that I feel like really lame. Like a lot of people feel like they macho because they got a gun. Like weapons have really changed things, man.
Yeah.
Because everybody carrying them now. Like, you know what I'm saying? You step on somebody's shoe, they'll shoot you. Like, it's just like, dang, man. But yeah, man, like life is deep, man. And I feel like, you know, I'm alive for a reason. Like, because I do believe in a higher power. It's just, I think people just really need to do their research on a lot of this stuff and see where some of this stuff came from. And, you know, like, you know, just to have a full understanding. But like I said, it's like it's almost like people are afraid to question anything that has to do with gods or religion, or because they feel like they being bad for like, why would God give me a brain and then punish me for using it? You know, like it just seems kind of crazy. It's like I'm gonna create y'all for y'all to think for yourself, but as soon as you do it, you going straight to hell. Like, you know, like it's just always been kind of crazy. I don't really think nobody burning in hell. Like I felt like it was just a scare tactic, because if God's supposed to be as nice as the Bible say he is, and he just sending people to hell for sins, like they burning forever. It's not like he's just like, all right, you gonna you know, like give them like a little slap on the wrist or something, like, all right, you know, you almost ain't make it, or something like that. But like they say a sin is a sin, right? No sin outweighs the other. So that means if I steal somebody's car right now and then I die, that means I'm going to hell then, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like, you stole the car in 2018, you burn it forever. You know what I'm saying? It just seemed kind of crazy.
But they also believe that if you repent and you ask for forgiveness right before you die, you'll be forgiven. I mean, I think they said like Hitler tried to like rumored to accept like religion before he died, and Pol Pot, the guy who did a huge massacre on, I'm pretty sure it was either Koreans, or Vietnamese people, but he did something called the Red March where he killed a bunch of people, and he accepted Jesus or something at the end. It's just it's crazy, man. I mean,
yeah, because I asked this question too. So what if I die before I get a chance to repent, and all I stole was a Snicker bar? So since it's a sin and still, that means I'm going to hell over a Snicker bar. You know, it just seemed too petty for a guy to just be like,
it's too black and white.
Yeah, you know, like I'm stealing because I'm trying to eat. Hey, Tom, you still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
I'm dozing off a little bit.
Oh, it's all good. I was like, I don't want to talk you to sleep because I can talk forever, man. But yeah, yeah. So that was just basically my main point about all of that, though. You know, like I'd have been through rough times. I'd have been around people that have been through rough times. You know, and I feel like you know, that I'm here for a reason. Like, I mean, I'd have just met so many different people. You know, like people used to just come out of nowhere. Like it'd be 1,000 people, but they'd come to me and be like, yeah, it's something about you, man. Like there's something special about you, man. I don't know, man. It's just something like it's been happening to me my entire life. Like no matter where I go, no matter who I'm around, like it always happens, bro.
Yeah, bro, you're a good addition to the One Piece community, bro. You seem really open minded, and I'm the same way. So it's good to see that kind of shit, because even when talking about theories and you bring something up in the Discord, people like they'll just like attack you. It's like,
yeah.
So I like your open mindedness, but I think you do bring something. I mean, I've always been a dude that doesn't take shit seriously. I mean, yeah, I live in the middle of this. I live in the middle of a hood, pretty much, but I'm just, you know, I'm not gonna. I like to like read. I'm kind of a geek, you know. I like a bunch of random shit, but it's just not that serious, bro. I like making people laugh and shit. Like,
yeah, man. I don't like seeing people sad and feeling down, and you know.
And it's not. We also have to realize we live in a lot of mystery, bro. Like, as far as we know, we only have like records historically of like, I think like 5,000 something years, 2,000 years, so 4,000 years. when really it's like we've been around for I think over 100,000 from what I understand. It's like
Yeah, I
there's
mean,
just
because
so
they
much
even be
history.
finding artifacts that's like millions of years old, and that predates the Bible. That's what I'm saying. I mean, even dinosaurs predate the Bible. So, was a Tyrannosaurus Rex God before Jesus came? I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like if that
Yeah,
was the first thing to happen, then how was the dinosaur age before Christ?
I mean, I go deep into all that stuff. I mean,
Yeah,
there's
like
so
bro, like
much.
I think like who created God? Like did God create itself? Like I mean, you know, like is it a good God and he got teamed up on by the bad gods and I don't know, like some chosen people gonna have to save God? Like I don't know, like maybe that's why
Not
so
only
much
that,
bad stuff happening on Earth because it's like because I always had an idea of what if it was like more than one God, like it was like different gods and they all kept the balance and then some of them just teamed up like, hey, we're gonna do things like this, like you know, and then they just teamed up on a good god, and now he in a capsule, and we gotta like save him or something in the afterlife. I don't know.
just things trip me out where I think to myself, like, the story, we're not getting the story. The story's been lost on us. It's
Yeah,
like
and nobody's gonna tell us the truth. Like, I mean, they don't even really
you have to
tell
do
us
the
what foods are good and bad for you. You know,
you
like
got to do the heavy research and look at the people who are really challenging what people just assume to be the truth. You got to look at the people that are really being attacked because they are bringing the ideas that are fringe or just kind of new, and so people are gonna be like, "Nah, fuck that, bro. You're not. This ain't." But it's like there's just stuff out there, bro. Like the other day, I was reading something that mushrooms, their DNA sequence doesn't match anything on this planet.
what the? That's
Literally,
crazy.
you can track back a human DNA to a fruit fly and to a jellyfish, all back to some same ancestor. But you cannot track a mushroom to anybody.
That's
Like, how
crazy.
do you explain that shit? And then I looked into it more. It's like some people say that either they were here before us or they came here on an asteroid. Like, there's a theory called panspermia that an asteroid breaks off a planet and then seeds this planet, and maybe that was mushrooms, and then that's how we got here too. Like, it's fuck. It's like what?
Yeah, and even stuff about like the flat Earth theory, like, because it'd be kind of weird for the Earth to be a sphere, even though we've been told that for so long. So it seemed crazy for somebody to say Earth is flat. It's just like a giant island, you know, like. But it just make you think like so for the people that's on the bottom of the globe. Let's just say if like you know the United States and the UK and stuff is up here, but like the people in China is down here on the globe. Like, you know, like does that mean that their upside down is right side up? Like, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm pretty sure it's not people upside down just walking like, oh yeah, we're on the bottom of the earth. Like, you know, like I don't know, it's just weird, man.
All that stuff is a
Yeah.
trip, dude. I just know that we're not allowed to go to Antarctica, so I don't know what the hell's going on over there.
Yeah, bro. And see, I think about stuff like that, bro. And I actually do want to have like a thing to where it's kind of like an off stream thing if we do talk about like deep stuff like that. Now I'm into talking about deep stuff and theories and conspiracies and all that stuff. Like, so I kind of wanted to do a thing to where like, you know, the streams are strictly anime, manga, DC, Marvel, or whatever. But then like, you know, and I think it kind of interests people more too because they're like, dang man, I wonder what they was talking about on the after stream, you know, because we
Yeah.
always talk about regular stuff in the streams or something like that because it's a lot of creepy, crazy stuff going on. Like I want to tell y'all this story, man. Like this is no bull crap, bro. This is why I do believe in like evil spirits and stuff like that. Like, like I mean, this is facts, bro. Like, have y'all ever heard about that thing to where people can't move? And it was like
Sleep paralysis.
yeah, like they be saying like some people call it like a witch riding your back, like or something like that, to where you just can't move, like you just stuck, but you can be woke, but you just can't move your body. Like I was in this vacant house that was next to my friend's house, and it was like getting built up, so it was like fresh, you know, it had carpet and stuff in it, and you know, like we used to want to go smoke and stuff, and we didn't want to be outside. We just lift up the window and jump in there, and you know, and we used to throw the stuff away. We used to treat it like it was our second home or something. You know, we wasn't destroying it and all that crazy stuff. And I was skipping school and I was waiting on my friend to come to the door to let me in his house because I didn't want, nobody to see me and then like tell my mom or something like, yeah, Cortez not in school and stuff like that. And oh yeah, my name Cortez, by the way. And it's kind of crazy because I got like a Spanish last name for like a first name.
It's a pretty badass name.
Yeah, like because people used to always be like, man, I like your name, dude. And it's spelled Cortez.
Yeah, bro, you're like a pirate.
Yeah. And I was thinking like, it's funny because that Hernando Cortez dude,
Savage.
I had a friend that he used to call me the Conquistador. I actually need to hit him up. He used to always call me the Conquistador. They was like, because this one guy named Kyle, he was like, I had went to his costume party like 3 years ago, I think. It was like 2-3 years ago, and he was like, so he's like, you got the Spanish first name and the European last name. It was just super funny. Like, he was like, when everybody was saying Cortez was coming to the party, they was expecting some Mexican dude to show up. It was just super funny, bro. Everybody like, wait, is this the guy? Like, this him? Like,
yeah, Hernan Cortez was a savage. Just a savage. Like, one of the most fucking brutal people Anyways, go ahead with your story, bro.
Oh, yeah, and, dang, I forgot what I was saying. My bad. Like, I just...
Ghost story that you showed up, you're at that vacant house?
Yeah, so I was sitting there smoking a Black and Mild, and I put it out, and then all of a sudden... Like I'm sitting, like like how like you got steps that lead to upstairs, and you can just sit on the steps and kind of like lay back. And it was the winter time, so I had a coat on, so I'm kind of puffed up a little bit. So I'm kind of laying on the steps, kind of comfortable, just smoking Black. And then all of a sudden, bro, I just couldn't move. And I used to always hear people saying like usually paranormal stuff happen to people when they're alone. Because there's no witnesses, so it's like it can just do whatever,
Right.
And bro, like I legit couldn't move, bro. It felt like something was holding me down, and I'm looking around. I'm like, bro, I literally couldn't move, bro. Like all I could do was move my eyes. I'm like, bro, what the hell is holding me down? Like I straight couldn't move. And some people like, maybe you was asleep, bro. I'm not gonna be sleeping in a vacant house, like, and I was just like, bro, this crazy. So ever since then, I'm like, bro, I'm not going back in there, bro. And I ain't been in there ever since. And it's crazy because nobody ever ended up moving in the house. It ended up getting torn down.
God damn.
Yeah, bro. Like it was like the creepiest thing ever. But I got something.
That shit was probably full on haunted, bro. You're just hanging out, smoking J's and shit. You got all kinds of demons.
Yeah, it was all demons just floating around. Like, oh, we got us a little specimen. Let's mess with them, or like you don't know what was going on, and
probably getting stoned with you. They're like, let's fuck this dude over.
Hey, I fucks with you, Rand, bro. I fucks with you, bro. You say, well, you had Tom. Matter of fact, before I finish that, because I got one that's worse than that, bro. Like this gonna mess y'all up. Hey, Tom, how did you find my channel, bro? Because I used to always hear about you, like see you in streams and stuff, like in the chat or whatever. Like I'm curious, how did you find my channel?
Damn, I forgot. It might have been from Dustin. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah, because that matter of fact, bro, I got mad love for Dustin because like he was the first person stream I ever been in. Like, he wasn't on no hating, like, oh, I don't want to see him come up type stuff. Like he was straight legit. So that it's definitely mad love to him, man. Because he could have just been like, bro, I don't know you. Like you ain't finna jump in my stream,
Yeah.
And he shouted me out like a few times in his streams. Once I remember it was about the whole Peckham's thing because wasn't nobody talking about Peckham's, and I've been hyping him up since I seen Carrot turn Sulong. I'm like, man, I want to see Peckham's. I want to see Peckham's. And he had a little short video talking about that, and he had shouted me out. So yeah, it's definitely mad love for him, man. We kind of like Neka Mamushi and Inarashi because he always streaming during the day, and I'm at work during the day, so I can't really join his streams. Actually, one of the last streams I joined of his, I was on my break at work, and I was like, man, I got to get in the stream, man, you know. And I also kind of fell back from being in people's streams because I don't want to be known as like a stream personality. Like, you know, not like it's nothing wrong with it, but you know, like I didn't want to be. I don't want to be looked at as a dude like, oh, he's just a dude to be in people's streams. Like, you know, like I want to actually be like, okay, yeah, he's a YouTuber. He's not just somebody who's not into making a channel. He just like to hop in streams and talk. You know, like I didn't want to really get known like that. That's why I kind of fell back from people's streams a little bit. But I usually always stop by to drop a like because I mean, if I'm gonna stop by and watch your stream, I gotta drop a like. You know, like that's just, you know. But yeah, back to this ghost story, bro. After I had got shot, bro, I was laying on a couch one night, and people still telling me, "Oh, maybe you was asleep, maybe you was dreaming." Oh yeah, by the way, we just had 2 viewers like 3 minutes ago, and then they disappeared at like the same time. But anyway, um, I'm just laying in the bed, bro. I had just turned off the TV. Like I wasn't watching nothing crazy, nothing spooky, like nothing crazy, bro. And all of a sudden, all of a sudden, like I could see this like demonic, like whatever you want to call a demon, like what we see in movies is supposed to be demons and demonic. Like it was just like standing over me, like literally, like I'm laying on a couch like this, and it was standing on my right side, and I'm just laying back on the couch because you know my room was in the basement, and I couldn't walk, and I'm not finna try to crawl down like 12 steps every day to go to sleep. You know what I'm saying? Like,
was it did it look like a shadow or?
No, like it actually looked like a creature, like some type of like demon. Like it had like a human body, but it was straight looking like a demon, and it was like just standing over me, just breathing hard, like
fuck.
And I was like I was trying to call my mom's name because her room was right there by the living room, and I'm trying to call my mom's name, and I'm like I straight couldn't talk, bro. Like I literally couldn't talk until the thing disappeared, and I popped up. I'm like, bro, what the fuck was that? Like I'm like, man, like, cause I knew I wasn't asleep, bro. I literally just turned the TV off. Like I was watching like Power Rangers Dino Thunder or something. Like, come on, like you gonna have nightmares off of that? Like, come on now. So like I'm just like, I'm like, bro, like this is crazy, man. Like, you know, I popped up. I'm trying to find the most happiest thing on TV. I'm like, all right, man, I need to find Care Bears or something. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like, I need something that's gonna get my mind off of that because I couldn't talk, bro. I couldn't move. Like my lips couldn't even open, bro. I was literally like, like I was literally like that, bro. I swear, bro. Like my lips was glued together, bro. And I was thinking like, because I actually looked in the eyes of the person that shot at me, and he had this look in his eyes like, I'm finna kill you. So what if that same demon like possessed his body or something, and it showed up at my house like, you lucky, I almost got your ass. Like, you know, like I don't know, like it was like something demonic like after me or something. I don't know, bro. Like it was just crazy. Like, and like every night I was having dreams I was getting shot in a different body part. Like every fucking night I'm having a different dream. One dream getting shot in the shoulder, next dream getting shot in my other leg. Like I'm just like, what the hell? One dream I'm on the stretcher all bloody going to the hospital. I'm like, damn, I've been shot again. Like, you know, like it was just crazy, bro. Like, and my dreams have never been so vivid at a point in time in life. Like I used to remember beginning to end every single day, bro. Now my dreams be so vague. I can remember certain bits and pieces of them. Like it's crazy, man. Like that was some crazy stuff, dude. Like it was a demon standing over me, bro, or whatever we call a demon. What they show in these movies, all that old insidious looking stuff, it was like a creature like that, bro, standing over me, bro. I swear to God.
It sounds like you got some heavy demon action over there in St. Louis, dude. I mean, there's history in those places, dude. I mean, you don't know where you're living. I mean,
yeah, we don't know what was going on before them houses was built and before we got wherever we got. Like, yeah, you're right, bro. Like, and you know what?
Lucky.
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say. I mean, I feel kind of lucky, dude, because I'm almost like a quarter Native American, and I grew up on a reservation for a while before I moved out to the city. But like I would hear like around the reservation, like there was always a bunch of like white people who'd always say like, "Oh, like we're getting haunted by shit," and people were moving out, and like people were like running, bro, because these houses they would just like crazy shit kept happening to these people, and houses wouldn't sell, and like I remember never been like I've never had any kind of experience with that, and I feel like part of it is because a lot of that shit around there is probably like some kind of ancestors in some way, and I feel like a lot of them are
Yeah.
like, you know what, bro, like you're not the fucking people we're looking for, bro.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, and it's funny you said that because my grandma's side of the family is native, and I don't know, like maybe that's where that like never back down, like honor type vibe, you know. And maybe that's another reason why Nightwolf was always my favorite Mortal Kombat character. Like, oh no, I just always liked the war paint, just like, you know,
that's sick.
like, you know, like I just always love those type of characters. Like even a Killer Instinct, I played with Thunder on there, just smashing people with them tomahawks. Like, I mean, it's just like, actually, it's another dude. In Street Fighter, it's a native dude in there. Uh, T Hawk, I think his name T Hawk, and he'd be like jumping in the air, like coming down with like crossed arm chop, like some Pokemon move type stuff. Like, oh, by the way, I love Pokemon, man. Beat every game. Them still like some of the funnest games you can ever play on handhelds. Beat every Pokemon game. Like I'm like the biggest Pokemon nerd you'll like ever know. Like people used to try to give me Pokemon trivia and they just gave up, bro. They like this dude. Like they like dude. They like one of my friends had told me one time. He's like, man, you got like the most vast knowledge about the most random things. Like, and it's crazy because it's so true. Like when he said that, I knew exactly what he was talking about. Like, I was like, he is not lying, man. Like he confirmed it. I knew I wasn't going crazy.
Bro, I'm the
Sometimes I don't be
same
knowing
way,
how
bro.
much I be knowing about some of this stuff. I be like, man.
Oh yeah, bro. I fuck with Pokemon too, but like you step on a landmine, bro. You talk about Lord of the Rings, I'll blow your hair back, bro. I know some shit. But you step on Star Wars, bro. You're in my world, bro. Like I
And you
just
know,
know random shit.
yeah, Star Wars has always been interested to me. Like I was thinking, like, would there ever be a point to where we actually in space and people actually battling in space and shit? Like,
Well, you know what? Trump just put a bunch of. I think he put like $5 billion into developing space military or something weird like that. This is recent, like in the last month or two. Space armies and shit.
yeah, like that'd be crazy. Cause you remember that one movie where they had like a prison in space? Like them criminals were so dangerous, like they had to go to a prison in space. Like that was crazy. I think it was called Lockout or something like that. And like the president's daughter was like being held hostage up there or something like that. And they had like an actual plane that actually flies past the atmosphere and just goes straight into space to drop these dudes off in a prison in space, bro.
Yeah.
Like it was a crazy movie. Like that was a pretty good movie too, man. But yeah,
Oh
man,
yeah, bro.
it's
Just by the way, bro, my just to let you know, because I mean, part of it's in my name, but like my full name is just Efren, EFREN. But you could call me like Ren if you want, or whatever the fuck.
okay. Yeah, that's what's up. Ran the Nin man. So what kind of Nin you know now? But yeah, I actually love Hunter x Hunter. I want to get into more mangas and stuff, but I'm not big on reading. That's why I just kind of do first reactions and just kind of talk about how I felt about the chapter instead of just coming on stream and saying, Luffy, where is Sanji and Zoro? Gasp. Like, you know, like, I don't know. Like, I don't know. I just never been a big fan of reading. And, you know, because I know some people that don't like to read is because they kind of not good at it, but it's never been a situation with me. It's just like, I'm just not a fan of reading. Like, school just rubbed me the wrong way, bro. And But yeah, I definitely want to get into more of My Hero Academia and stuff like that because I feel like My Hero Academia going places. I actually feel
I'm
like
gonna have to get into it. I'm one of those purist kind of guy. Like I'm like loyal and shit. Like for the longest time I was just a Naruto head. Like I just knew everything about it. Like I still do. Like I fucked up. I should have been making a channel about Naruto back in the day. But uh yeah, now I'm just right here with One Piece. I mean, that's like I knew about One Piece for a long time. It's kind of funny on my channel we do like a fan origins. Like I just started it. Like just I talked to cats about like how they first found out about One Piece and just throwing it back and shit. And like I've had Don Tom and I had Teddy on there. Maybe we could do one with you, bro, if you want to come on and talk
oh
about it.
yeah, definitely, bro. Like anytime, man. Like I work 2 to 10:30 Central Time, 2 p.m. to 10:30 p.m. Central Time. I usually make it home around like 11, and then my daughter, grandpa, drop her off, and I just be chilling with my daughter, put her to bed.
Right on. Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll just
cause she had just turned 2 last July. So yeah, she's still a youngin.
nice.
And
Yeah.
and that's actually pretty interesting that you do that you was talking about that because I was thinking too um like when I first started watching One Piece, like when I first seen One Piece, like cause that opening, I'm pretty sure everybody knows this opening. The one actually I think it's the first opening that Robin is in when she actually with the crew, like they showing them running and you hear the dude talking in the background. Uh and I can't think of
I know the
you
one you
know
talking about, right?
yeah, when they be showing like Chopper and all of them and show Nami using a little climb attack and
Yeah.
Chopper be like puffed up and because they got the beginning part where they show the silhouette of all of them running and you see Luffy in the front running and you got I think Robin like holding her hat as she running or something like that. But they all like running behind Luffy and stuff like. And I first seen that like, and I never used to finish it. Like I literally used to change the channel every time it show everybody. Would be like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to be like, bro, I'm not gonna watch this shit, bro. Like it is so crazy because two of my favorite characters in One Piece is Usopp and Luffy. Because Luffy actually my favorite protagonist. I actually want to drop a video about that one day. Do a stream about why he my favorite. But before that, it was Yusuke though, because Yu Yu Hakusho was my favorite anime before One Piece. Dude, I was like Yu Yu Hakusho, man, it has so much potential, man. Like, yeah, it's crazy. But yeah, like it's funny because I like Usopp and Luffy so much now, but them was the main two reasons why I didn't want to watch it. Like, I was like, who want to see this big nose dude with a slingshot and then a stretchy dude? Like, like I was like, bro, I'm not finna watch that, bro. So like, I mean, the opening couldn't even make it all the way through. Like, as soon as I heard that, yeah, yeah, I just boop, like Naruto gone off. I'm good. Like,
Yeah, that was the same thing with me. I used to watch it after Naruto. Like it would always come on after Naruto, and like that was right around the time where the tuning exams were going around, and like I was like, what is this shit? Like this guy's stretching, and then the guy has a weird New York accent. It's like what the fuck? And but then after a while, like I remembered about it. I was like, what was that? And then I kind of hit it back up. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that shit, bro. It seems like you got a funny origin story with that.
yeah, man, I was like, bro, I'm not doing this. And it's kind of interesting. Like, Luffy is the only protagonist without like a weapon or some type of projectile move. You know what I mean? Like, Naruto got Rasengan, Ichigo got Gesuga Tensho.
Not only that, he doesn't have a specific fighting style. He's just like a brawler and an innovator.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes One Piece so great because I think that's what makes Luffy fight so great in a way because like, and I think that's what makes things harder for him too, actually, because he have to physically hit people. Like he a brawler, like he knocking people out. Like he
doesn't he have shoes on?
Yeah, like I mean,
fuck.
Yeah, like dude,
put a boot on at least, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, for real, man. Like it just was like it was just interesting me, man. And I mentioned this in one of my other streams, but I was saying, Fight Together is by far the best fucking opening I ever seen in my life. Like no other opening ever grabbed me like that, especially like after you'd have seen all of that stuff, and then that opening comes on, and you remember when Zoro was crying, and when Robin got captured or whatever, and when Usopp was yelling at Luffy, like, you know, and they even showed it in the order of the people joining the crew, like, you know what I'm saying? Because Zoro was the first person they showed, and then they just kept going down the line. And Brook was the last one they showed. Like, I mean, bro, like, I love anime so much, bro. Like, I have like openings of like the MP3 of openings and stuff, bro. Like it was one of them Bleach openings where I used to know like the whole entire like opening song, like in Japanese, bro. Like that's how much I used to listen to that stuff, bro. Like it's crazy. Wow. Like because when I listen to the Fight Together, like I don't watch that opening so many times. I can picture every single thing that's happening at every single moment of the song, bro. So I can just be at work, driving the truck, just listening to the song, and I can picture every single moment that's happening in that opening, almost like I'm actually watching it, bro. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic like that. You can just kind of tap into it.
Yeah, man, it's crazy, man. Like it's just a whole lot of stuff, man. Like I used to have the replica of Grimjow's sword, and I'm so sad that I don't have it no more. Luckily, I took a picture of it though.
But yeah, I need to get some more like you know, like not memorabilia, but what's the word? Fuck, I don't know what it's called. Just, you know, like One Piece shit, like posters and like yeah, because I do videos like lately. I've just been doing audio, but I'm about to try to do some more video because in the beginning I did video shit, but yeah, I want to be able to like post up like, you know, a little bit of like One Piece shit in the background because right now I just look like who's this Mexican dude? There's nothing. It's just like I put a gray blanket behind me. It looks all ghetto and shit. But
yeah, bro. Can you see this handheld Super Nintendo thing behind me, bro? Like that's a handheld Super Nintendo, bro. The thing that's sitting up with that cartridge in it, bro. Like I was playing Mega Man X, but
that's like, old school.
Yeah, I had went to this store and they got like it's this brand called Hyperkin, and basically they made a system. I don't know if you ever heard of it, but it's called a Retron 5, and it's basically 5 consoles in one. So you can play Game Boy Advance on it, you can play Famicom on it, you can play Sega Genesis, regular Nintendo, Super Nintendo. Like I mean, it's crazy, bro. And on the side of it, it got the ports for each system. But it come with wireless controllers, so I mean you can play with any of the controllers on any of the games, bro. I mean it's crazy, bro. Like I've always been into stuff like that, and that's not like battery powered either, bro. Like it got the LED light, you can charge it up, and you just plug and play. You just plug the game in, so it's not like one of them things where it's like got pre-installed games on it. Like you need the actual cartridges to play that thing.
Damn.
I think I paid. Dang, I can't remember how much I paid for it. I know it wasn't over $100 though, but yeah, like I was like, yeah, that's legit. Like I remember I seen it like a year ago, and I was like, man, like this is a handheld Super Nintendo. Like what the like? I love handhelds, man. I'd have had probably every handheld except what's that one called? PS Vita. I done had every handheld, bro. I love handhelds. I done had the regular DS, like all the DSs, like it's just like not the ones, it's just like XL and all of that, but I done had a regular DS. I got the 2DS now, the one that came out, and it had like Mario Kart pre-installed and stuff.
Yeah, man. I used to be a fan of that shit. I had the Game Boy Color, used to play Tetris and shit, and then I had the Game Boy Advance, and then I had DC regular, like the big old bulky one, and then I got the DC DS Lite. Remember that one? Or no, the DSi.
Yes, I remember that because that actually came out after the SP. Because you remember the SP was the first system like that Nintendo made that it like flipped open. And because you
Yeah.
remember when it was closed, it used to look like a square, but
Oh
you could
yeah.
flip it open. It had the built-in light. You can change the brightness of it. Like when them first came out, I was like, bro, because I remember like the USB lights you had to connect to it. And they had the worm lights,
I had
and
those.
like I hated having to sit under the lamp all night to play Pokemon
Or
and
if you wanted
all
to trade
the
Pokemon, you had to like connect, and then it would
get
never
the
work.
cable
You had to fuck.
link.
You
I
had to
remember
blow
somebody
on it.
stole my cable link. Man, they stole my cable link. They stole my blue version and my turquoise Game Boy Color, bro. And I know it had to happen like when everybody was crammed against each other trying to get off the bus because it's spring break. Everybody like, yeah, yeah. And we was at the shuttle point because like I used to play my Game Boy on that bus. And then the bus is taking me home. Like, you know, we get off and get on the bus to go to our neighborhood areas or whatever. Like I used to go to sleep on that bus, so I didn't play it. And then when I got home, like you know, like how you missing something and you know you done checked your pocket, but you still check your pocket again. Bro, I
Yeah.
dug in my book bag, bro, and didn't feel that Game Boy. I was like my heart literally like was in my by my big toe, like
People used to jack people, bro.
yeah, like and I didn't even trip off the fact that my book bag was kind of wide open when I got on the next bus. Like I wasn't even tripping. And I have an idea of what dude stole it because he the only one that really seen me playing my Game Boy. And he looked like he wasn't even supposed to be in grade school. Like, I mean, this dude looked like somebody's uncle or something. And I was just like, wow. And speaking of that, it was this dude Quentin at my high school. But I mean, this was a crazy high school, bro. I mean, they had metal detectors. People used to be in there with guns. I mean, last day of school, people walking around smoking blunts and cigarettes. And the
God damn.
teachers just couldn't do nothing, bro. Like they just like whoever's smoking that, they better put it out. Like man, they ain't finna listen to you. Like you know, like people like man, what the you think this is last day of school? I don't give a like you know. And this dude Quentin had hid my book bag, bro. And you remember like the little NBA bags and stuff that had the little drawstring things, you know, the little bags everybody used to wear. They had the Nike ones.
Yeah.
And sometimes like the string, like you'll have like a whole hole that'll form down there. So you only have like one strap on it or whatever. And I had this NBA Magic one. And because my birthstone color is sapphire blue. So I always like the sapphire blue. And this dude hid it and he was like, yeah, man, it's like some big dude, man. Like because I had went to the bathroom and came back and he was like, yeah, man, some big dude. Like, shit, he took your book bag, bro. He said it was his. Like, so we just let him take it. Like, and I could tell, like, I don't know, like, I guess they was just trying to test me to see if I was like scary. And he was like, yeah, man, I don't think you want to mess with that dude, man. Like, he's like, you might just want to catch him at the locker and just snatch it and keep running. Like, I mean, he just. He was just playing up this whole little story, like just trying to see how it was. I'm like, and I was bold, like I was looking at everybody's desk, like I didn't care how they felt. I'm like, man, where my fucking bag, bro? Like, my shit better be in here. Whoever got it, they gonna give me my shit back, you know. And then he gonna do like this and put his hand where my heart is to see if I'm like all like scared and stuff. Like, dude, get the. That was a silly dude though, man. Like I miss that dude, man. That was a funny dude, man. That was a hilarious dude. But like you said though, like I used to like making people laugh. Like I was kind of always like, I guess you can say in school I was kind of like the class clown in a way. Like I used to get suspended for things that just not even normal. Like I guess I got suspended for everything but breaking something and fighting. Like you'd be like, what? You said what and got suspended? I'm like, yeah, man. I got my whole recess taken away from me for 1 year just because I said a teacher class sucked because it was like a rival class. And I'm like, Miss Gross class sucked. And then all of a sudden, they was like, oh, yeah, by the way, your recess is taken for the rest of the year. So I had to spend the rest of my recesses in a damn principal office eating lunch, bro. Like, that was like the worst thing ever. Like, because I'm one of them real active people. Like, you know, I used to do backflips and flip off of gates and climb up trees and get on top of the tallest buildings you can find. I mean, just all crazy stuff. Like, I was always one of them type of people. So grabbing a person like that and taking them out of their natural environment, like what they do with animals, putting them in that zoo prison. But anyways, um, like I mean, like I was just like I ain't even really care to read, but I used to be always like looking at them Where's Waldo books. Like they had so many of them. Like I knew where he was on every page, bro, because I was reading them books like every day, bro. I was just like, just passing time looking at that. I'm like, bro, this is fucked up, bro. Like I gotta sit in here the rest of the year. Like y'all really gonna do me like that? Like they took my I was supposed to be Napoleon Bonaparte in the play. They took my play from me and gave it to this dude named Kenneth. Like, bro, I was just like, bro, like why are y'all doing me like this? Like like bro, I was hurt.
Up.
Taking the kid recess from him, like, come on, man. Like, you can't do that, man.
Yeah, man. I've always been like heavy ADD, so you put me in a situation like that, I mean, now that I'm older, I know how to kind of curb it. Like I know that that's how I am. So, but back in the day, bro, when I was a kid, dude, fuck that. I used to go crazy. But that's trippy, man. Everyone used to steal everyone's shit. I remember, especially with like people used to play Yu-Gi-Oh cards. People used to steal people's shit and like DSs. People used to steal it and like.
Yeah, man. You actually reminded me of something, man. Somebody went in my coat pocket in 5th grade and took all of my Pokemon cards except my Chansey one. I don't know if they just didn't grab it or was they just like, this one of his best cards. I guess I could leave him with something. Like, straight took all my cards, bro. Like, I was like, bro. Then one day, the teacher, like, because it was a point in time where Pokemon cards was just kind of like banned in a way. And they didn't want us trading cards at recess. You used to have to sneak and trade cards in a slide and stuff like that. And the teacher caught me with him one day, and then he took them. And on the last day of school, like, you can get them back at the end of the school year. So everybody was gone, right? And it was just a substitute teacher. Like, out of all the days, bro, we had a substitute teacher on the last day of school, bro. And I was like, my teacher ain't here, but he told me to get my Pokemon cards at the end of the school year. And he was like, which one of yours? And I paused for a second. And I seen all them Pokemon cards in that drawer. And I was like, it's the last day of school, bro. Ain't nobody thinking about these cards. I said all of them.
Damn.
I said all of them, bro. I had this shit when I left out of that classroom, boy.
They came up.
And I'm so sad that I left my Pokemon cards in Florida, man. Because I had, like, literally, like, every dark type you can think of. Like, I had the Houndoom, the Houndour. I had the Steel type. I had the holographic Steelix. I had Fortress. Like literally, like, Sneasel. Every dark type you can, like, think of, bro. Like, I had every single Pikachu. All the Surge Pikachus, like the very original one, the one where Pikachu looked chubby. I mean, every single one, bro. Like, I had Blaine's, Charizard, Misty's, Gyarados. Like, I mean, bro, I done had some crazy cards, bro. And I done lost all of that.
I know how you feel, dude. I used to have some crazy Yu-Gi-Oh cards. I still have, like, Pokemon cards. I never knew how to play any of them, really.
But yeah, because I used to see that coin stuff. Like, we used to just be like, all right, he take off 80 and your monster got 50, so he done. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how we used to play.
It's the same shit.
Like, I ain't flipping no coins. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I had all these Yu-Gi-Oh cards, and I didn't know shit about. Like, I watched a little bit of the anime, but I didn't know anything about it. And I had this, like, all these sick cards, like. I don't know if you know anything about that, but I had like a limited edition, like Dark Magician Girl, like all the Blue Eyes, all this shit. And like I had a folder and something fucking happened where like there was some kind of like a weird field trip and we all wanted to do trading and shit. And I left it on the bus and someone fucking like ransacked my bag, bro. Like my shit was all over the place. Like, I don't know how that happened, but someone like broke into the bus or some shit.
And that's like the worst feeling of like your stuff just being gone. Because when I was little, I used to steal stuff, but then like when stuff started getting stolen from me, I was like, bro, this is not where it's at.
it makes you rethink that shit.
Yeah, that's why I don't like to do things to people that I'm not willing to be done to me.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
like a karma dude, bro. Like I've had situations growing up where like, especially like in high school, like I was kind of like not in well, like in middle school, like I was shy and shit, and like I used to fuck with chicks and just kind of talk to them and whatnot, and I was kind of passive, and I like, I would have like little girlfriends here and there and shit, and then I would end up like finding them like macking with some other fool or something, and I'd be like, fuck, like that really kind of fucked me up at that age, but
yeah,
like getting older, like I had a lot of opportunities to do the same shit to other like with other girls that were in the same situation. But I'm like, you know what? I know how that felt. I don't want that shit happening. Uh, I'm like a karma dude like that. Like I've had situations where a lot of like even best friends, like their chicks are all up on me and shit. I'm like, I could easily pull the trigger on this shit. You have no idea, but I've always kind of been like a little bit more like that shit kind of haunts me.
yeah, man. Because that's like I know exactly what you mean, bro. Because like people like have different experiences, and like that's why I be thinking like I grew up around some of the most murderous, drug dealing, scandalous, stealing, smacking, punching, kicking, like I mean just the craziest people, and I turned out to be as peaceful as I am, like even with the dude, about the situation I was talking about earlier, like I seen him on multiple occasions. You know how many people wish they can come across the person that did something to them? And people was
Yeah.
like, man, you better than me, bro. I wouldn't have been able to do it. Like, but it was so funny because he was literally terrified of me, bro. Almost like he seen a ghost. Like, didn't I kill this mother? You know what I'm saying? Like every time I seen him, like he just looked like he seen a ghost, bro. Like he wasn't on no, oh, gotta finish the job. Like he was like, oh crap, like this dude haunting me or something.
Damn. Yeah, you probably thought you were gonna get your just desserts.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what it was too, because I think the first time I had seen him after that, I walked past him and I'm like, wait, ain't that old boy I went to school with? Because this wasn't just some random guy. Like me and this dude went to high school together. Like he used to shake my hand, bro. That's why I was thinking, like, was this dude possessed? Like, because if we never got into it with each other, why would you do something like that?
Yeah.
And I felt like dude was possessed. But yeah, man. And I actually got saved by this dude. He was like a blood, like a big gangbanger. I mean, like this dude, he wore red bandanas like every fucking day. Like, I mean, he had one like on his wrist. Like, I mean, he had one kind of like on his neck, and everybody respected this dude. Like, I mean, even Crips, like he was just not to be messed with, bro. And like he went so far as to be like, man, who did this to you, man? I like find out. I'll take you to their house. Like, I mean, like he was not feeling that. And I think that's what like it really like make people feel a certain type of way, because it seemed like stuff always happening to people who not on that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
like you get shot and you never even shot a gun before, shit like that. It's just like what? So what type of karma? Like what type of karma was that? Like did I really deserve that? You know what I'm saying? Like I haven't hurt nobody to the point to where they done almost lost a limb or I done shot their house up or something. So life got a
Yeah.
way of dealing people hands, and I guess I just been dealt a pretty lucky hand. Like I'm literally like on some Luffy stuff, man. Like no lie. Like
Yeah.
like even when my uncle was saying, like, yeah, man, you always amaze me how you just always had so many friends. Like it seemed like no matter where I go, like, and it seemed like I'm always cool with people who like a lot of people either fear or respect or want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I was like that dude in school. Like, I was cool with all the popular people, but I was never popular. Like, that is so strange to me, bro. Like, how are you cool with all the popular people, like the most popular people in school, and you not popular, bro? Like, that it was almost like I was just like there, but I wasn't there. Like, because some people used to say, they could never tell. Like when I was around, like they say I got like a quiet presence. Like I'd be in a room for like 40 minutes and somebody would turn around like, bro, when the hell you get here? You know? And I was like, bro, I've been sitting here listening to y'all talk for the longest, you know. Like I like that Lafitte stuff. Like he was in there and they just didn't know he was in there. Like it was the same thing, bro. Like I'm just in the room like almost an hour and people don't even know I'm in there. Like
I was kind of the same way. Like I was friends with all these popular kids, but it was like how I fit in was like I mean, I grew up with like a dad that was kind of had like a lot of anger issues and shit. So like, I always kind of had to be quick and shit, like quick witted. Like, I think I kind of developed like humor because of that shit, and like, I was always had to like disarm because I obviously I wasn't stronger and shit. So I always had to like kind of disarm shit with words and shit. And like in school, like I was always like making like fools laugh and shit. And like
one viewer, type in the chat.
Who is it?
No, it's a viewer. We got a viewer right now.
No, shout out again, bro. And what was I saying?
You were saying something about how you had to kind of like use your words. I guess kind of like finesse your way to kind of.
Yeah, so I always has kind of like silver tongue like that. Like I could
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And
like you can literally talk your way out of any situation type stuff.
Yeah, and that kind of always like worked for me. Like I always could de-escalate fights or shit or whatever.
Yeah, bro. Like I'm the same way, bro. Like that's crazy, bro. What's your zodiac sign, bro?
I'm a Leo, dude.
Bro, it's so crazy because in the horoscope, like Leo is my luck sign and Virgo is the Leo's luck sign. And it's also even crazy because I've been reading about astrology for the longest, bro. And something told me that Dustin Reacts was a Leo, bro. And I looked at his I think what month he was born on Twitter, I think. And I was like, bro, I swear I knew he was a Leo, bro. The first person to ever get me in the stream. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's no coincidence, bro. like I swear, bro. Like every Leo I knew, bro, like it's like we always like my grandpa Leo, and like I was saying about the whole luck sign, like you know every sign got a luck sign. I think it's usually for some people it's a sign before them, but some people it's a sign after them, depending on which sign you are. And my grandpa Leo, and how is it that I was always around when he needed help? He'd get home with the groceries. I come out of the gangway somewhere, out of nowhere. I just come out the cut, and he like, hey, Tez, help me with these bags. Like every time, bro, he pull up. I'm just coming out of the neighbor's house. Like I mean, it was just always something. Like
it's trippy, dude.
Yeah, like that astrology stuff deep. Like sometimes I can just look at a person and tell what zodiac sign they are, bro. And I don't know how, bro, but it's so strange, bro. Like that stuff is, man, it's crazy.
I don't really know much about that stuff. I just know on the Chinese calendar, I'm the year of the rat. And I was always kind of, first when I was a kid, I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up. But then, like,
it ain't worth being. Well, shit, the snake got such a bad rep. I'm the snake on the Chinese astrology, and people be like, "Oh, you a snake, bro?" I'm just like, "Nah, bro." It was funny because it was kind of saying how I'm kind of like a ticking time bomb. Like I'm cool until people like, you know. It was just basically saying like, be wary of the snake because if you anger it, you gonna suffer its poisonous bite and stuff like that. And I was like, that's why, because when I get pissed off, I be mad for so long, man. I hate being mad because I'm never mad. And when I do get mad, it lasts too damn long. And I be like, fuck, man. It just be messing me up, bro. Like, dude, I hate being mad so much. It just frustrates me where I don't want to do nothing. I be like, dude, like, I don't feel like doing anything right now. Like, I don't want nobody talking to me. Like,
I'm the same way, bro. I'm like one of those, like, I'm kind of fucking vengeful. And it's a character flaw. But and I know that about myself, but I'm just kind of one of those guys where I hold like grudges and shit, and it's not cool. But it's just something, I don't know, bro. Something about that. There's some kind of Latin fucking thing where it's like we just hold grudges, some of us. But yeah, bro. But I mean, for the most part, I like to just kind of get along with people, make people laugh, say funny shit, like. Sometimes, like, out here in the city and shit, there's a bunch of, like, open mics. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
and everyone's trying to be comedians and actors and shit. So sometimes I have a bunch of stories and shit, and I don't know, we gotta tell them. So I'll show up at one of those fucking things and just like tell stories and shit. It's fun, bro. I just like, I'll just pretty much, I'll just shoot the shit like I'm doing right here, and I'll just tell a story. Like I have like 2 stories that I just want to show up and tell, and it's fun, you know, just to get that shit out there.
Yeah, man, that's real talk. And I was gonna ask you, if I press stop broadcast, like, would y'all still be in the call?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I figured because I be trying to figure out how all this stuff be working because I just seen like Brago start streams and everybody already be talking. I'm like, how the hell do they be doing that? Like, you know, like it's kind of one of them things to where if you never did it, it just looked like people doing all these exclusive things, but it just be like
Yeah.
regular little stuff. You're like, oh wait, all I got to do is copy and paste this and send it to that person, and you know, all that type of stuff.
Yeah, I just learned how to do it too. I've just been recently trying to do it. Yeah, you just stop it, and then we'll just be in here, and then after you exit, it'll get uploaded.
Okay. Well, that's the end of the Blackbeard stream. So y'all ain't gonna miss some of this after stream stuff, man. It's hype stuff. Got my boy Don Tom in here and my boy Ren, man. We out here, man. And by the way, Lockhair Pirates, that's my crew. So you know we ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna get Aokiji to get his twisted up, and Blackbeard might get his hair twisted up, and they gonna have the locks. Usopp gonna lock his hair up. They gonna join the Lockhair Pirates, man. I'm gonna be running around like Luffy.